People of Earth, how are you? My name is Al. Across the table from me is my friend Joe. Hi, Joe.
Hey, everybody. Al, how are you?
I'm great. Together we do this podcast called Kinda Right, and here we are.
We are here.
We took a little time off last week. We'll be taking a little more time off next week. It's the holidays.
It is the holidays, and
Shit happens.
now nobody listens to us anyway,
Yeah.
but even less people are listening to us now than nobody.
Yeah. And no one's going to listen over the holidays.
No, people got shit to do.
Yeah. I mean, unless they're going to catch up on some stuff.
They're going to listen to Joe Rogan before they're going to listen to us.
I mean, probably, right?
Yeah.
I think we talked about Rogan last time.
He's got better guests than we do.
Yeah, I mean, we got fun guests, but he gets A-listers.
He gets...
Well, he gets B-plus listers.
I wanted to start.
Attell and Jeff Ross aren't exactly A-listers, but it's a great get.
No, but
It's a
I'll
great
tell you
get.
what. I have never done this on our podcast, but I'm going to recommend that if you are interested in the future of artificial intelligence, and whether you're concerned about it or whether you're excited about it, you should listen to the Joe Rogan Experience, show number 1211 with Dr. Ben Gortzel, which is spelled
Good Irish boy.
Goertzel. This is an amazing individual. Have you ever been in the presence of somebody so wildly crazy, bright, and smarter than you this person seems to be very nice, but he's just like on a different fucking level.
Yeah, I got to say, I'm sure a couple of my fucking...
I've been
sure
in the presence of that a few times, and it is... You just know.
I'm sure
You just know this person is thinking on a level that you can't even imagine.
Right.
Otherwise, you'd be thinking on his level.
Ben Gortzel's a fairly young man. He's only 52.
But he has a very positive outlook on AI, and it's something that you should listen to, especially if you're an environmentalist. He had some interesting things to say about environmentalism.
Well, you Google him, and all the pictures from him being on Rogan come right up.
Well, Joe Rogan's the fucking man.
So was that like today or something?
That was a few days ago. I don't know, Monday
Gortzel's
maybe?
an interesting looking cat, huh?
He's got a nice hat. You see his hat?
Yeah.
And he explains a lot of shit. Like, he explained what a blockchain is and basically said the blockchain is a wrong word. It's the wrong phrase or word. And in terms where I actually understood it, except that he's wacky bright.
Right.
He's wacky bright. So I wanted to let everybody know that they should listen to that, probably before they listen to our podcast. Like, tune out our podcast right now and go listen to Joe Rogan. Show number 1211.
Just type that right in. Rogan 1211.
All three of you. Fucking hit the button and go.
Fucking put in Gortzel. It comes right up.
Yeah. Real smart guy. So what's going on, Al? How you doing?
I mean, fucking living the dream, man.
You all right?
Yeah.
Look a little fucked up.
How's
your wife?
She's fine. She went to the allergist and...
Seem a little like down. You feel bad?
I'm a little blue. I get a little blue this time of year.
Is it the holidays?
I don't know if it's the holidays. Maybe. I do like the holidays. I don't dislike them.
Short days.
My son was weird on the phone. That gets me down. You know what I mean?
Does that mean he's not fixing my bike? That's all I care about.
I'm pretty sure he's not fixing your bike tonight. He sounded fucking exhausted.
Oh, he could have been just tired,
yeah.
dude.
I know. No, I know the difference. You know what I mean?
He's
fucking brooding about something. It just bugs me that he's in pain. That's all. He continues to be kind of in pain. He's almost all the way back, but it's little mini setbacks and shit.
Hey, you know what?
I guess the girlfriend has moved in with him and Anya, by the way.
I saw, Anya was, she's very friendly and she was so nice. And there's just no disliking your ex-wife.
No, for Christ's sake.
We talked about, I forgot that I kept saying that, so you went to Thanksgiving over at, and I'm like, she's like, no, I had Thanksgiving.
Yeah, she had it.
Like, oh, you know something? Al told me that.
Yeah.
But it's a wonderful thing.
Now, did you get to see any of the state funeral yesterday on TV? We actually had it on live in the office. We were listening to all the eulogies and stuff.
I've watched none of it.
Well, he didn't see any of the clips of fucking old Hillary side-eyeing old Trumpy when he pulled up into the front pew.
I saw a still photograph. I believe it was in the Drudge Report. And she was in the pew. If you're looking at them, if you were standing up on the altar looking at them, Hillary was to the far right. Bubba was next to her to the left.
Yeah, yeah.
And there were a few people in, like Obama and Michelle were there.
And then Melania sat next
and
to
then
Barack.
Trump.
Yeah.
And not only does she look fucking 10 years older than she did when she lost.
Yeah.
She just looks miserable.
She was not happy.
But you know what?
Sitting in a row with the Donald.
That's what happens when you lose.
Yeah, listen. Your husband was president. That's good enough.
Oh no, that's not good enough for her.
It's really not.
No, she wants it all, man.
Yeah, man.
She wants all the money. I read and I haven't seen her in a while, and actually I don't even know if it was for the New York Times, but I read a New York Times a Maureen Dowd op-ed. And, maybe it was just reprinted on something, because she's an op-ed writer for the New York Times, and she's fairly clever. Have you ever read Dowd, Maureen Dowd?
Yeah. I mean, I can't cite anything specific, but I definitely...
She began by saying, well, I'm in the Toronto blah, blah, blah fucking arena, and as they're moving blankets, large sectioning blankets closer and closer to the stage where Bill and Hillary will be doing their speech.
Right.
They're trying to sell tickets outside in the single digits.
Nice.
With no takers. And there's empty seats everywhere. And she's like, in a very clever way, she said, how many times and how long do you really need to just keep cashing in?
Right.
It's just fucking greed. I mean, there's 70. What are they going to do? Is he going to buy a fucking helicopter?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? What's he going to do with more money? They got between the two of them, they got $200 or $300 million.
Yeah.
What are they going to do?
I mean, you figure they could just go away.
Go on vacation.
Well, they don't want to go together. We know that.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
He can go on the fuck plane
to
some island.
To the fuck island, right?
To fuck island, and she can go,
get some cosmetic surgery or something.
I don't know. She can go to Scotland or something. She'd fit in up there up in the highlands with the fucking sheep and stuff.
Right. With the other bovines.
Maybe one of the fucking sheep herders would fuck her instead of the sheep.
Hillary.
Doubtful, but
Hillary, it's time for the milking. You know what I'm saying? Grab a tit and start fucking milking, Joe.
I think it was the same article, but you know me, I don't really pay attention to this shit. But she was talking about how her refusal to say, look, I'm not fucking running. Or I am fucking running.
Yeah. Well, they all do that,
though.
They all do that.
Yes, they do, except Hillary is sucking the oxygen out of the room.
Yeah.
And will make it that much more untenable for anyone on the Democratic side to win. And
so you think it's holding back?
Please go the fuck away.
You think it's holding back someone who might run?
No,
because she's coming back.
What it's doing is it's taking attention off the potential. I guess there's a lot of people that are going to run.
Yeah, there are.
And it's taking attention off who they may be and giving the, because the media loves a good speculation. Is she going to run? Is she not going to run? And because she's so fucking greedy in power and fucking limelight, and
somebody big just announced there won't be.
She can't get herself to say, you know something, I'm not running.
Oh, Deval Patrick just announced he's not running.
I had my chance. Yeah. I want somebody. I want to see a woman president before I die. Do something magnanimous.
Right.
She's incapable of doing that.
I wonder what Deval Patrick's fucking job is right now. I'm gonna look that up. Is he a fucking bureaucrat right now?
I don't know.
Whatever. I guess he took a little jaunt around the country, a quick jaunt, and after the 98,000th person in a row went, who the fuck are you? He decided not to run.
And threw rocks at him at the same time.
Right.
So I read an interesting article.
He also didn't want to have his life potentially ruinated by the Donald. You know what I mean?
Well, not only, it's just, it is an awful, unless you're like, man, you gotta be either squeaky clean or you gotta be Trump.
Right.
To run for president.
Yeah, no in between.
And I'm not saying Trump probably does his taxes legally because Trump's not, believe me, I don't think Trump's sitting there going, yeah, let's lie about this here.
Yeah, right. No.
On one of his 500, I'm sure he's taking every deduction that is legally allowed right up to the fucking line.
Yeah, right.
And
he's not like He's not like Jim Browdy, where he checks off, I'm going to pay extra income tax to the state. You know what I mean?
Does Jim do that?
Yes, he does. He does it every year.
Well, good for him.
Sends him an extra $100 or so.
You think it makes him feel good deep down inside?
I think it does, because he's a lunatic. You know what I mean? He's a dyed-in-the-wool member of the Communist Party. You know what I mean?
Incapable of rational thought.
And incapable of rational thought, but he fancies himself an intellectual.
Right. Except he's incapable of rational thought.
Yeah. He's handsome, though.
He's incapable of having thoughts that don't line up with his beliefs.
Why, you think he fucking cattail whips himself if he starts thinking, maybe they shouldn't?
No, I just think that these people are so entrenched in what they believe that anything outside of what they believe, they marginalize and say is stupid.
Right.
And that's one of the problems that we're in today, Al, is that there's people...
Jesus. That was actually today that Deval announced it. I thought that was the other day. The days are starting to fucking mold together. So
here's I'm gonna go through, kind of like I did last week.
By the way, Elizabeth Warren, Joe Kennedy III, and Seth Moulton, all parts of our congressional delegation. They're all thinking about running.
Yeah, good luck, Warren. Did you hear
Seth Moulton? I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Who he is.
I know who Joseph Kennedy Jr.
But you know what? Hey, nobody knew who Obama was right about now. So you never know. Somebody might fucking just rocket ship to the top.
It's going to be a woman, and it's going to be a woman minority.
I don't think it's going to be a woman at all.
No. Probably going to be Joe Biden.
It's going to be somebody...
Fucking Bernie rises from the ashes.
Who sounds reasonable.
Well, Bernie doesn't sound very reasonable. He sounds like a fucking lunatic.
So...
All right, go ahead. What do you got, Joe? You're chomping at the bit. What do you got?
Well, I'm going to kind of go through an article I read today, and it's an op-ed article by a guy named Brett Stevens from the New York Times, and it's entitled "France's Combustible Climate Politics," and it's kind of a bellwether or a barometer for what happens when you try to fucking make your people suffer for the good of climate. So, Emmanuel Macron, is that how you pronounce his name?
I think it's Macron or Mac. Yeah, it's whatever the fuck.
So, I mean, there was a big article, which this is funny to look at because there was a big article. Well, the other nations are moving forward with the Paris Accord without Trump. And I'm like, okay, that's great. So Emmanuel Macron's government was forced this week to suspend a planned 6.5 cent per liter tax increase on diesel and 2.9 cents on gasoline.
Shit's already really expensive over
After weeks of protests and violent rioting throughout the country. French consumers already pay more than $6 for a gallon of gas.
Yep.
Compared to the national average in the U.S. of $2.44.
Wow, that's the average was still above. If we got under 260. I thought that was something else.
And France is a country where unemployment is 9.1%.
Compared to what, our 3.4 or something?
No, ours is fucking very low.
Yeah, lowest it's ever been, actually.
And the Times correspondent, not the New York Times, the Times in London, Mr. Macron is concerned about the end of the world, while the regular working folk in Paris are worried about the end of the month.
Yeah, right.
So much then for the belief that a cabal of know-nothing pundits and greedy oil barons are the main political obstacle to climate change. And it goes on to say President Obama rejected a gas tax hike in 2009 when Democrats controlled Congress. Not because the Koch brothers were bending his ear. In France, the protesting yellow vests, in quote, that's what they call themselves, aren't particularly right-wing. They're just rightly fed up, and 84% of the French support them.
Okay.
So the deal is, the real problem is that so far, most of those somethings, because everybody's like, we have to do something. Most of those somethings haven't worked, won't work, or won't work anytime soon, or come to at just an exorbitant price. So, and then they list on here list of just fucking things that nobody really did anything about it.
Right.
Like the Kyoto Protocol in 97, the U.S. Senate, including John Kerry and Ted Kennedy, voted 95-0 against becoming a signatory cap and trade. In 2005, the European Union launched the world's most ambitious carbon trading program to much fanfare. It has been beset by corruption and mismanagement. We go on to biofuels. Remember biofuels, Al?
Yeah.
You're going to be able to fucking boil your balls and then drive your car for fucking 1,300 or 1,400 miles? Well, they turn out to be an epic environmental and economic disaster. This is the New York Times.
Now we're talking about biofuels is the shit like they made out of corn? Is that what we're talking about? Okay, all right. Ethanol.
Where it takes 2 gallons of gasoline to make a gallon of fucking... or 2 gallons of corn fucking ethanol to make a gallon of ethanol.
Okay.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
So that was a disaster.
I'm sure that leaves a nice fucking footprint out there in the fucking Midwest.
And massive government subsidies for wind and solar power. No country has invested more than Germany, an estimated $580 billion by 2025. Yet, it still will miss its 2020 carbon emissions goals, while energy prices have soared. So, let's go on here. I'll draw my conclusions at the end.
Yeah, you do your thing. I'm
the
looking.
Paris Climate Accord, the website climateactiontracker.org finds that every nation it tracks, save for Morocco and Gambia, is falling short of its Paris commitments, reducing the role of coal in energy markets in India and China, which account for more than 1/3 of the world's population. Things are moving in precisely the opposite direction. Carbon sequestration as a question. Maybe, but it will likely be decades before the technology is likely to be widely adopted. Long-term battery storage is the same, but the whole bunch of companies just worried about going bankrupt.
By the way, Emmanuel Macron, I'll just show you a little bit about his mindset. His wife is 25 years older than him. I know that has nothing to do with what you're talking about, but I think that gives you a little glimpse into old Emmanuel Macron.
You think he married somebody that could be his mom?
He has mom issues.
Do you think he calls her mommy while she spanks him with a Hot Wheels strap?
While he's spanking her. By the way, she looks like a lot of fun. I'm sure she's a fun gal and everything. But that's fucking wacky.
How old is she?
Well, let's look.
Now, Al, don't be a sexist now.
I'm not being a sexist.
Well, you kind of are. You're saying that, it's okay for a man 25 years old to date a woman.
Well, of course it is.
Who's 25 years younger.
Well, they say it's supposed to be she's supposed to be, I forget what it is. It basically turns out to like perfection is 19 years. I'm a little bit off right now. It's like twice your age minus this or something, or half your age minus something. I forget, or plus something. Sorry, baby. I mean, she got huge cans. I'll tell you that.
How old is he?
I'm looking up. I got to look.
You have no information other than that.
Well, no, hold on. I'm going to tell you. He's not 40. I don't think.
You could be right. He looks young.
I don't think he's 40. Let's see.
How old is the Canadian moron up there?
I think he'll be 40. You mean Castro's son? Emmanuel Macron is just 40. He'll be 41 in a week.
So he's got a 65-year-old broad.
Good for her, right?
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy.
Man, she's wearing a lot of makeup. They've been married for
what's the guy in
for
Canada?
10 or 12 years.
His father, Trudeau,
Justin Trudeau. His father is Castro.
Justin Trudeau, the man that said, "I'm going to have an equal number of female and male partners."
Wait.
Cabinet members.
Oh, cabinet members, right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
he's a fucking idiot. Anybody that would say that up front,
that's kind of weird. That's
is an idiot.
That's admitting
he's a fucking idiot.
That's admitting right up front that I don't want the best people for the job, because what if you get all of a sudden
I'm
half
concerned?
Does that mean it's going to be exactly half? Is it possible that it could be 3/4 women? Because it could be.
Right. It
you know
might
what I mean?
That 3/4 woman could be better.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. So it's going to be only half and half. What if?
But it's going to be half and half, and then there's going to be an equal percentage of fucking minorities in there, and we're going to put in, some guy who, because of being equal and all, and he's going to be head of energy, and the fucking dam,
Jesus, all these
in Quebec is going to fall down.
All these young fucking leaders of fucking erstwhile socialist countries are fucking young and born in December.
Al, let me give you
Justin Trudeau's 45.
Let me give you a heads up.
Yep.
They're not young. We're old.
Nah, 46 is young, man.
Fucking old.
40's young. Come on, 40's kind of fucking young.
I'm 55. I'm fucking old.
Bill Clinton was young when he got elected president. Him and Gore were 45 and 46. Right. Gore was 45. He was 46. That's young, man.
I don't know.
He was the first president who was younger than my dad in his lifetime.
35 is young.
Yeah, but nobody gets fucking elected president when they're 35, Joe. That's all I'm saying. Most of these guys are in their 50s.
I think Kennedy did. How old was Kennedy?
Well, Kennedy was the youngest elected president at the time. He still is. He was like 42 or 43. Yeah, he's a young. Oh no, that's a lie. Teddy Roosevelt's younger than him. Yep, Teddy Roosevelt was younger. He looked old. Justin Trudeau, Fidel Castro's son, is 46. He was born in 71, and his birthday is Christmas Day. Hey.
It sure is. Every day's Christmas for old.
Every day's Christmas for old Justin. That's okay.
To be fair, I've never looked up what the guy's done. I don't know.
All he's done is get elected Prime Minister of Canada. He really hasn't done shit yet.
I don't know what did he do before he was Prime Minister?
Let's take a look.
Tell us all about Justin Trudeau.
I'm going to tell you right now that his wife's way hotter than Macron's wife. Not awful.
Well,
that's all I really care about.
Doesn't really,
That's all I really care about. That just shows you what it... By the way, I'm a bad person, Joe.
No, you're not a bad person.
I'm a terrible father and an even worse husband and an awful son.
I'm a
terrible brother.
Father. I'm a terrible father.
Brother and an even worse friend.
According to my...
I'm just the worst.
My kid.
He is the second youngest Canadian Prime Minister after Joe Clark. You remember the great Joe Clark?
No.
It says he's the eldest son of Pierre Trudeau, but guess what?
He's not?
He's Fidel Castro's son. His mother banged Pierre Trudeau. Oh, all right. So they're like the Bushes. I forgot all about that. His dad was also the Prime Minister. Speaking of Prime Ministers of Canada, I don't want to change the subject, even though we're not really on any one subject. Brian Mulroney, who was the Prime Minister of Canada during Poppy's term.
I remember Brian Mulroney.
He was one of the eulogizers, and he was excellent. They were all excellent, by the way. The first eulogizer was Meacham. Was it James? James Meacham or John Meacham? He's a presidential historian. He's Poppy's biographer. Why do you hate him?
He's a fucking tool.
He was kind of milquetoasty. You know who fucking brought the house down?
Obama.
No, he didn't speak. You know who brought the fucking house down? Was Alan Simpson. W did good, but he didn't bring the house
Alan
down.
Simpson from Wyoming?
Oh, he was so good. He was so funny.
I thought
so
he was
sharp.
dead. He's fucking 112 years old.
Those guys were best friends from way back. You know what I mean? They all went through it together. You know what I mean? He was so good, Joe. You got to YouTube it later when you got time. It's only 10 minutes. He was amazing. Very funny, very heartfelt. There was a lot of laughs, by the way. And it can't be easy.
Was Hillary laughing?
I got to say, it didn't appear she ever cracked a fucking smile once. I don't think old Bill did either.
Well,
Obama and Michelle loosened up a little bit, but...
I'm guessing Trump had out in a fucking SUV watched by Secret Service the 4 women that he brought to the debate.
Oh, who he was going to unleash?
Unleash on fucking Bill. Actually, Trump had it set up so that these women, the 4 women, one of them, Juanita Broderick, who Bill raped. And I believe it as sure as I believe that I got a small prick.
Right.
That she was fucking raped by Bill Clinton. And I think Trump had them out in the car, and he said, "Hey, Bill and Hillary, if either one of you act up, I'm bringing him in."
Well, apparently W phoned the current Mr. President and said, "Mr. President, we want you there. We don't care what anyone says, because they've laid their differences down. Him and Jeb are fine." He's like, "I want you there."
Him and Jeb ain't fine, by
Listen,
the way.
They'll be all right.
Are you kidding?
Low energy Jeb.
He stole. That was Jeb's moment.
He didn't steal shit.
No, he didn't. No, of course not. But in Jeb's eyes,
here's why: Jeb was the first one to bow the fuck out.
No, he wasn't.
I mean, out of the major guys, out of the 16, he was definitely in that first half of people who fucking got out. He was out early, man. He didn't get many primaries in. He might not have got any primaries in. Now that
how can you when you're low energy?
Yeah, right. Low energy Jeb. That's great, right? It's like Lion Ted Cruz, who's like his best friend now. You know what I mean? Lion Ted, low energy Jeb, Lion. Oh no, yeah, Lion Ted. Lion Ted, and was it Lion Hillary too? No, what did he call?
Crooked Hillary.
Crooked Hillary. So good.
Crooked Hillary.
And guess what? he wrote all. He nicknamed everybody. Believe me.
Yeah, there was no fucking
Not anybody
Oppo
consulting.
research.
Yeah. Nobody was consulting with
Just
old
pulled
Donald
that right out of his ass.
to say, Donald, this is what you got to call them. You know what I mean? He goes, guess what? It's my money, because he did sink a bill into his own presidential campaign, and I'm pretty much going to do what I got to do.
He didn't. I don't think Trump spent anything.
Before the nomination, he did. After the nomination, I don't think you can, so he didn't.
No, he could have.
After the nomination, he didn't.
He would have to. I believe it's you either get matching funds or you go on your own. You know what I mean? So meaning you can get money from the Republican, the RNC,
Yep.
and you can get the federal matching funds, which is, I don't know, like $60 million or something.
Yeah.
Which isn't a lot of money.
No, that's enough for the last week's worth of television ads, maybe.
Hey, here's a great headline.
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg is more ruthless than clueless. This is a Bloomberg opinion.
You've been
piece.
saying that forever.
What, that he's a ruthless fuck?
Yeah, you've been
Of course
saying that
he
forever.
is.
Yeah.
You don't become a billionaire. You know what? He's got his second in command, the chief operating officer, that fucking... she's just a sanctimonious fucking...
Lying whore.
phony...
Yeah.
disingenuous
Yeah.
Sheryl
At best.
Sandberg,
Yeah.
who wrote the book Leaning In, and she was like the fucking, for a while she was the woman, you know, she was the champion of women who work and all that fucking bullshit, and it turns out she's a lying fucking sack of shit. She lied to everybody. Oh, I didn't know that they...
She's a billionaire.
Oh, yeah, $1.5 billion.
COO of Facebook.
But you know what? They don't really have $1.5 billion.
Well, she's got stock, is what you're saying?
Well, if old Cheryl went down to the stock exchange tomorrow and sold her $1.5 billion, Facebook stock would drop
Plummet.
like a rock
It would plummet.
while she's selling it. So, and then they got to pay all the taxes on it because it's tax deferred until you cash it out. So she'd only end up with like $750 million.
She founded leanin.org, which I don't know what that means.
Well, that means be a sanctimonious fucking...
1.6 billion as
Cunt.
of today, by the way. That's not fucking... That might be more than old Trumpy.
No,
She's not doing
Trumpy
that.
is like...
You think he's somewhere in 4 to 10 range? You don't know what he is. That's the problem.
Well, the other thing, but the thing you have to understand is Trump's wealth, if you got your wealth in stock, you haven't accounted for the tax.
yeah, his
you know,
shit's in real liquid, not liquid, but it's in real estate.
It's in
the very
real
list,
estate.
yeah, which is as close to liquid as you can get.
And, well, it's not that liquid, but it's more... It's not as liquid as stock. I mean, you can sell stock the next day. It's just that the price of real estate, you know, if Trump wanted to sell everything, the price of real estate isn't going to plummet. If she turned around and sold everything,
Yeah, like you said,
that means
the price would
time
be
to get
dropping
out.
as she was selling it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Each share would be worth less as she sold it.
And less and
Literally.
less and less.
Yeah, literally.
So who knows? Maybe after taxes, she'd have $500 million, which is not bad.
Listen,
I take it.
Yeah. I'll take $5 million. $5 million is all done money, by the way, to a fucking slacker. I used to think 4 million was the number. They always said when you're rolling in dough in your 30s and you're actually saving and all that, 4 million was my number. If I ever got to 4 million, that's when I was going to pack it in. But
Why?
I never
Why
got there.
4 million?
I don't know. I figured that's what was good.
How about $500,000?
No. Well, back then, I'm just telling you what my number was. I figured I thought I could do it by 50, and it never
No, I've
happened.
never had a number.
Well, it's because you fucking spend every fucking dime you make as soon as you make it.
I get a
Same
certain
here.
amount of comfort, and then I just fucking quit working and go to Florida.
Yeah.
Hey, is there any
there's
of these
nothing
in
wrong
there?
with that. I'm sure I can come up with a Mike's Light.
I hope so. I got 12 cases.
New show.
And the thing is also about Facebook,
New show sponsor, Mike's Light Lemonade. Go out and get some.
which I'm going to give myself props because I said several years ago when I deleted my entire account
Yeah.
that there's something gay about it. Not homosexual
Happy.
in the old gay way, like but not really happy.
Yeah.
It's like, and also, they're not doing this, collecting every fucking scintilla of data on you that they can convince you to upload, so that you could have a good time and tell your friends the size of the shit you took.
I fell hook, line, and sinker for it because you fill out interests, music likes. You know what I mean? And
You bet your ass.
everything you put in that fucking thing, you're tracked now, and you get an ad if you put that you like
And that's
the
not
Mavericks
really
or
bad.
Harry Connick Jr.
I don't mind getting an ad.
Yeah, no, I understand.
But then they sell your information
to other
and they
people.
can figure out how you if you vote and how you're going to vote, and they can like send fake fucking ads, news.
Right.
They were allowing fake news. This is what happened with Facebook. This is why they're in big trouble.
What is big trouble?
Well, big trouble means that
Break them up.
if you scare enough people that Facebook is an evil, data collecting fucking
Juggernaut.
there's people who are going to be leaving left and right. They're already they lost 30% of their fucking users.
I don't know. I'm one of them. I haven't been on in at least 2 months now.
It's losing its luster.
I mean, do you think the whole social network thing is or Facebook? 'Cause
No,
I guess
don't
Twitter
think
is bigger
no.
than ever.
I don't think the social network, meaning people want to be able to stay in touch and see what's going on.
Yeah, Instagram seems to be pretty popular.
But the Facebook, I don't understand how many. I think I was on there for a year, and I went through my finding people stage, and I just kind of said, "This is."
It's a giant waste of time. What it is it's a good resource to find somebody.
Exactly.
It's a
That's
resource.
what I used it for.
But
to find people.
It ends up being, and Sean Parker talked about it last year, and he's right. And I know what he's saying. You get a fucking dopamine rush or something every time someone clicks off that they like a picture you posted or a comment you made or something. It's fucking addictive. You go back and you check, who liked this? How many likes did I get? You know what I mean? It's a fucking giant waste of time, Facebook. It's awful.
Well, not if you like that kind of thing and you're sitting there doing it.
No, but I'm telling you, I thought I liked it, and I'm just fine without it.
Yes.
I'm
Meaning
fine.
I was fine without it
it.
before, and then I'm fine without it now.
It's the same thing with fucking cell phones and texting.
Well, that too.
Somehow mankind made it 15,000 years, 10, however long they say we've technically been around. Somehow we made it all that time without constantly being fucking connected. Now, I do like having my cell phone in case my kids want to get a hold of me, but I'll tell you, I'm flip phone Jones right now. I don't have a smartphone, and I like it. Because if you want to text me, text me. If you want to call me, call me.
It doesn't hurt you.
I don't need to be constantly connected to the fucking internet, although I do miss it when I'm having a shit at work. I used to like to go and look at Yahoo and MSNBC and Fox, to catch up on the news, basically to prep for this thing for the last year. You know what I mean?
Right. Facebook's valuation in December 2017 was $512 billion.
Any indication of how much a fucking share is?
It's $397 billion right now. So it's down 112, 13, 14, 15, $115 billion in
Which
valuation.
is basically Jeff Bezos' net worth.
Yes.
It really is. Can you imagine that guy? Fucking what a visionary. We're going to fucking make it so You can order anything you. Never mind the books. You can order whatever the fuck you want, and I'm gonna fucking eventually get it to you in 2 hours after you order it, because that's what it's gonna be like eventually.
I watched a 60 Minutes piece with him in the 90s.
He's gonna be the first one that they keep alive by AI. By the way, speaking of AI, I'm gonna move his fucking brain into some fucking robot. I bet.
So.
This was the 90s, you were saying? Is that when Amazon started?
Oh, yeah.
This was after he was like head of... Wasn't he like head of advertising or something for Taco Bell or something?
Amazon in 92, 94, and not Facebook, the fucking interview was 2006. But I could be completely all fucked up. But it was in the 90s. And...
look at all these guys.
They were just doing books.
Yeah. Well, and then he figured it out. Mark Zuckerberg.
May of 1996, that's when Bezos started. And what does it say here? Stock price? Founded July 4th. Oh, wait a minute. He founded it in 1994. He was the CEO in 1996, probably because there wasn't a position like that available.
Right.
Because I believe he's led the thing the entire way. I don't know that, but... So, the stock price for Amazon is $1,699. So, I guess they're not doing the old Warren Buffett approach.
Steve Ballmer, you know what his new gig is? He's not that
Jerking
old,
off
by
dogs.
the way. He's not that old, by the way.
Hey, he's kind of an asshole, though.
Yeah, well, he was in charge of that Microsoft for a while. 14 years.
He's fucking vicious.
And, wow, he's worth $42 billion. Not bad. You know what his gig is? His day-to-day gig now?
What's that?
Owner of the Los Angeles Clippers. That's his gig.
Well, he must have.
And Paul Allen owned.
He bought that from fucking racist.
Yeah, the fingerer there. Oh no, he was a racist, not a
80-year-old
fingerer.
guy.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, if some zipperhead records you without your knowledge in your own home,
don't.
Are you really a racist if you say bad things about?
Oh, that's like the whole fucking
He
tree
didn't really
falling in the woods thing.
I don't know. I guess I can't. You know what?
That's like the whole this kid.
What do you expect?
This kid from the Chiefs who they got on tape fucking kicking a woman in the head in a fucking club or a hotel or something. You hear about all this? Kareem Hunt. You have any idea what I'm talking about? Kareem Hunt was
is this kind of a little guy? He's like a running back.
Well, that was Ray Rice last year. Now this is Kareem Hunt. He's not a huge man, but he's a big man for an average human being.
I saw one that was this year. I don't know if this.
Kareem Hunt. This is all going down.
Who's the guy that punched his wife in the elevator?
Ray Rice. That was a while ago.
All right,
he never
that's not
played
last
again.
year. That was like 2 years.
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah. Well, very good, Joe. You're up. You know.
And then he dragged her out of the
But
elevator.
Kareem Hunt,
while her head was
who's a
bopping.
young man, 22, 23 years old. He's in his second year as a pro. Last year, he led the NFL in rushing as a member of the Kansas City Chiefs.
I think this is the guy I saw.
Kareem Hunt. Yeah. He didn't drag this woman. He fucking manhandled her and then was being pulled away. And when she was down,
Yeah, this is the guy.
he went and kicked her in the head. He didn't kick. He kind of pushed her. He kind of pushed her with his foot. He didn't really kick her.
No, he kicked her.
Yeah, you
I
think
saw
so?
it. Yeah.
Well, he doesn't have a job right now.
Well, can't be kicking bitches in the head.
Yeah, right. I mean,
He's 5'11". That's why I thought he was
he's
short.
not that big. 5'11", well, 5'11", by the way, is taller than average.
Oh, of course.
You and I are both taller than 5'11".
I'm
but
sure he's a fucking rock.
Oh, he's a fucking
201
specimen.
pounds.
Is that all he is 201? He
Yeah.
is a little guy. He's 5'11", 201.
That's
I thought
what
he
I
was a
was
little
saying.
bigger. You're right.
I saw him kicking
Same
a
thing
girl
with,
head.
but Ray Rice was like 5'8", 201. You know what I mean? This
I have
guy's
to
5'11".
say, the woman was really annoying that he was kicking in the head.
Well, he wasn't kicking her in
he
the
was
head.
kicking her in the head.
You make it sound like he was doing it repeatedly over and over.
I believe he did.
I don't think so. I think he just kind of pushed her with his foot after she was down. He didn't really kick her. Believe me, I'm not. You can't be kicking bitches. I'm with you on that. Well, you can't. I don't think you should put your hands on women at all. I like to joke that if a girl's going to hit me, I'm going to hit her back. I'm just not. What I'm doing is running away, finding a vehicle, and driving away before she calls the cops. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've never, ever, 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 ever put my hands on a woman, ever. And I've tried to, I've drilled that into my son, and he knows that I've beaten other guys who I didn't even know.
When you bang them.
Twice I've beaten guys because they hit their girl in front of me. One was his girlfriend, one was his wife. One dude, I broke his jaw, and the cops came.
Oh, is this down when you were bouncing?
No, this was fucking random going to Taunton back 5, 6, 7 years ago for band practice on a Sunday. I go to fucking... I happen into the fucking package store on 140, right after 140 and 44 over there in Taunton. I was just getting a couple beers on my way to practice. As they're coming out, this guy, as he's walking out, he fucking hits his girlfriend in the eye. I go, whoa, 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 like this. So I go to like this, and he fucking turned on me, and he went to swing on me, and I hit him with a lucky punch. And I fucking broke his jaw for him. And the fucking dot head fucking store owner comes out and goes, "Don't worry, I see everything. He was hitting her inside. Thank you for helping." And now this bitch is yelling at me. She goes, "Why'd you hit?" I'm like, "He was fucking hitting you." I fucking beat feet and got out of there. You know what I mean?
That's the problem with the women, because they'll defend them because they don't want them. They're Kareem Hunt and the problem is the woman that Ray Rice punched in the face vehemently.
That's his wife.
Said,
"We talking about Kareem Hunt."
Please. No, Ray Rice.
Ray Rice. Yeah, that's his woman.
Please don't fire my husband. He didn't mean it. I was really a bad girl.
The Kareem Hunt was that was a stranger. He never met her before, I believe.
It was a Jewish girl down in the lobby.
I mean, what difference does it make that she's Jewish?
I'm just saying. She was.
How do you know she's
girl.
Jewish? I didn't even know.
She was probably annoying.
I mean, obviously.
Because I tell my,
I think she called him. I think she called
buddy Ira. I say
she called him the N-word. By
really sort of annoying.
She called him the N-word. By the way, that'll get on your nerves. You know what I mean? You don't want anyone calling you the N-word, but you know what? You gotta not be kicking the woman in the head, Kareem. You know what I mean? Kareem of wheat.
Well, you gotta just walk away.
You gotta just walk away and go, "I'm making fucking bank." You know what I mean?
I'm gonna destroy this over some douchebag.
But these guys can't. By these guys, I mean these young athletes. They can't. They don't. And the NFL just every year.
You don't think they got any self-control?
They don't. And every year the NFL puts all of them, not just the young rookies, but everyone. Tom Brady even has to sit through it every fucking year at the beginning of training camp. They come in and they give you the fucking talk. You know what I mean? The league saying, don't put yourself in a position to, fucking run away. If you're in a position, and stop with the partying and all, you know what I mean? The young guy, I mean, you remember what you were like when you were in your early 20s?
I wasn't beating up any women.
You weren't beating up women, but you were partying your ass off. You know what I mean? And you
I don't know. Drinking by yourself isn't really a party, Al.
When you were in your early 20s?
Or drinking with me and Bill.
Yeah, you weren't really a go-outer, were you? Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, Joe.
I do.
When you get out of that first year after college, you probably were, well, maybe not you. All right, I know what you're saying. Listen, I still haven't stopped partying. I still haven't stopped partying, and that's half my problem. You and I are the world's most highly functioning alcoholics. You know what I mean? We just started. I know you don't think you're an alcoholic. You think you're a drunk. I'm an alcoholic. From way fucking back, like from generations.
I'm not saying that I'm
embarrassed
with the term. I've just heard the term, how the term is described, And the term is usually meaning that you just can't control yourself at all. Now, I'm not saying I'm wildly...
I can't control myself.
No! Would you stop interrupting me? I said, I believe the thing is that you can't control yourself when you're alcoholic. The fucking liquor is making the calls. And that's not true with you. I've watched you quit drinking.
But I can't quit for good, ever. That's the point. I'm a slave.
Okay, well then you're probably, technically an alcoholic or something. But you ain't one of these people that have just, completely fucked your life up because of booze.
I might have completely fucked my life.
No, I don't think so. I think the booze saved you.
Really?
Much like myself.
That's because you're a drunk.
Well, no, I think
why
that
you
if
think
I didn't
that?
have booze when I was younger, before I found the right pills, I probably would have fucking driven into a guardrail or a fucking telephone pole at high speed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being drunk was an escape.
Listen, I tell you what. I almost
Now they
never...
got pot gummy bears.
I almost never...
Did you take one of those?
I haven't taken... No, I'm going to have one at home first because I don't want to... I want to know what it feels like before I drive on it. You know what I mean? I don't like to drive.
Good idea.
Like, I know how much booze I can handle when I drive. And hopefully nobody slams into me or I have a fucking taillight out because God knows I can drive pretty drunk. But if you make the mistake of getting pulled over and fucking...
Oh, it's terrible.
It's the worst. I really... What was I saying about the whole drinking thing? Fuck, I don't remember. Oh, I almost hardly ever drink during the day anymore, other than on the weekends.
Well, because you're working.
Yeah, I mean, once in a while, if I had too many the night before, and usually it's a Wednesday or a Friday, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I might have to run to the fucking Packy and have a couple nips at lunchtime just to fucking feel okay. But I never drink on the way to work, and I used to when I was painting.
Here's the thing.
Scott
people
Jesse
that say-
does it all the time.
I'll never forget it. When I got popped for DUI in 1985,
84.
a while ago, I don't know, I was 22 or 23
It was
maybe.
84, I believe. It doesn't matter, Joe. It was a long time ago.
63, 85. Summer of
Well,
85.
you know better than anybody.
I was turning 23. I was 22.
Yeah.
I was watching a Celtics game with my roommate Dana,
Oh, my God, you must have been drunk.
and it was at the
They lost to the Lakers that year in the finals, by the way.
well, Dennis Johnson.
Of course. The great Dennis Johnson. It was unfair that they got him.
It was a night in. This must have been like June.
Yeah, that was the finals probably. You were watching the finals?
Dennis Johnson made a shot out of that was fucking
A
unbelievable.
moon shot, yeah.
A 3-pointer
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And he won the game.
They won the game, yeah.
Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, I think Bird had stolen the ball right before that, and he passed it over to DJ. That was 85. Good for you, Joe.
Well,
You saw that game?
I remember
They
watching
did not
it.
win the championship.
'Cause
They
I said
lost.
it in
They won the
court.
game, yeah. Oh, okay.
And the judge and the fucking whole courtroom started cracking up, including the judge.
That's awesome. You're like, listen, I never watch sports, but
But what I'm getting at is the people at the you got to sign up for the. Back then it was, you went to 8 weeks of classes, and the woman or man could keep you over for another 8.
Right.
If
you
there
weren't
was a guy the
cooperating.
first night showed up shit faced. And he was like, "Fuck all this."
yeah, now they give you the breathalyzer.
Oh, do they?
Oh, boy.
No, they didn't
when
do
I
that
did it
then.
4 or 5 years ago, I think it's 5 years. 5 years since my DUI.
Although I think the breathalyzer in 1985 was the size of a fucking, a 4-in-1 printer.
They tell you at the beginning
You know
of
what
the
I mean?
drunk class, and it's 16 sessions, 16
Yeah,
2-hour
16
sections.
now.
And they tell you twice during the 16 weeks, you're going to be getting a breathalyzer to see if you have booze on you. And both times they did it, somebody got nicked. One was 4 weeks in, and the other was like 13 weeks in. And the poor bastard. First, it was some.
Do you have to start over, or do you go to jail? Or it's just
Well, you don't go to
over?
jail. You start over.
You never get your license back.
Ever.
You know, the whole fucking registry of motor vehicles has become like the penal system we have.
You know what's funny about that whole thing?
It's all about let's torture the guy who drove drunk. Meanwhile, we're going to let the teenage cunt who ran over a fucking Asian family because she was texting, which is like, texting is like driving around with fucking a blinder on
Yeah.
in a car that has 2 out of the 4 wheels working, and you drank 400 beers.
By the way, 16 of us started that class, 14 of us finished, and only 2 of us did it in the fucking 16 weeks. Everyone else had to do at least, you could miss 2 without being kicked out.
Yeah.
Everyone else missed 2 weeks somehow. And
Well,
they
you
had,
see, that's
and they had to
what
do
happened.
the. I was fun.
We went to college.
Yeah.
That's what you get when you go to college.
And by the way,
how to handle like DUI.
I was
class.
the only motherfucker who was driving during class because I got my license back in like 3 or 5. Because I had a good lawyer. I got my license back pronto, but I had a Cinderella license. I don't know if you remember.
back.
With the DUI when I got busted 5 years
here.
ago.
That was your first one, right?
Well, yeah, that's my only one, by the way.
Yeah.
Next time I get busted for DUI, I'm fucked. I'll lose my real job. I'll be fucked.
Yeah, you can't.
I'll probably kill myself. With
You
booze.
can't.
I won't shoot myself.
And what they're doing is, it's just like, I've never understood this. So you commit a felony. I don't believe this is in all states either. You commit a felony of some sort.
Right.
You get,
You finger a dog.
yeah, whatever.
That's a misdemeanor. You finger a child.
You stick a thumb and a finger in a dog. I think that's a felony.
Fucking double jack a dog.
Or, you know, and then choke him out.
Right.
And then accidentally kill him because you thought he was going to blow a load.
As you're massaging his prostate. Oh, at least
Jesus.
let it be a female dog.
Something. I mean, it's just... All right, so that's a felony.
Yeah.
So you go to jail and you serve 3 or 4 years and you get out, and now your whole life is fucked because the first thing that comes up on one of these Corey reports is, has this asshole been to prison? And it says, you know, I think you're actually obligated to tell an employer that you're a felon.
Well, most job applications have that on the front page.
Yeah, but I don't think you can lie. I think they send it through something. And
Oh
then-
yeah, if it comes back, like if they hire you and then it comes back, you're not working there anymore. I know where I work, where they do everything by the book. You're not getting a job if you're a felon.
So, all right, now you let him out of jail. You fucking put a big,
Or if you have dirty piss, by the way.
you put a big sign around him that says felon, so he can't get a fucking job. Or I would say probably out of 100 places that they would hire him, 2/3 wouldn't hire him because he's a felon. So, and then you act surprised when the guy comes wandering back to jail. You know, it's just, it's, well, you corrected me. It's not puritanical. It's something else, right?
What are you talking about now? When did
A long time ago, we had a discussion, and I said, because we have these fucking archaic laws because it's puritanical, or maybe something else, and you corrected me.
Oh, it rings a bell, but I don't remember the context at all. I mean, it rings a bell, but it sounds like you might have been... Quakerish, right. You called it... Oh, I said there's a difference between Quakers and Puritans. There's a total difference.
Which one are the mean assholes?
Puritans.
Yeah.
Quakers are
I
like...
might have said... I think I said Quakers,
Quakers
and you
are-
said Quakers weren't doing that.
No. Quakers are like right on the brink of being fucking atheist agnostics. You know what I mean? All they care about is everybody be good to each other. They don't care. They're not talking. You know what I mean? They're not
so the Puritans are the ones where
Jesus will burn your ass in hell.
if you touched your pick, your fucking dick accidentally with your pinky,
you're gonna burn in hell.
They'll cut your head off.
Yeah.
It's that puritanical fucking. You take an eye out, we're gonna cut your arm off and take an eye.
Yeah, right. And your left head.
Imbecile. This whole system it's dog shit. And I know there's probably maybe 1 out of the 3 people that listen to us is a prison guard, and he's going, "Fuck you."
Well, no.
You don't know what it's like. And I'm like, it's only like that because you're mean. Not that. Of course, there's prisoners that are.
I feel bad for
horrible.
prison guards, by the way.
Violent crime.
Yeah.
The deal is
Because they're otherwise unemployed. They're otherwise unemployable. Prison guards.
Well, they definitely don't have to pay. Up here, they make a fortune.
Yeah. Well, fuck
actually,
it. Yeah, because you can work traffic detail and make twice what
I
you make.
believe in California, their prison guards are running neck and neck with like.
Landscapers. Oh, the opposite.
Oh no, like let's say emergency room doctors.
No shit. Well, this
They're
guy over here is making
they're making
100.
3 times what Ted is.
This guy over here is making $150,000 a year.
Who?
That
Our
guy.
guy?
Yeah.
Blondie?
He makes twice doing fucking traffic detail than he does.
Yo, I know that, but he works 122 hours a week. He's
I'm
insane.
not saying that he doesn't deserve it, but what I'm telling you is
Well, but that's the only
he's got
reason.
more money than all of us combined.
Well, that's because he doesn't spend any except on booze.
Including Gus, who, by the way, I saw on the Packy the other night. He was fucking charming. He was actually charming.
Meaning to you? Was he nice to you?
No, I didn't talk to him. I usually try to engage him, but he was engaging somebody else. And I was just like, oh, my God. He's fucking charming. Usually he's abrasive and not very nice, but he was chit-chatting with an old lady. He was chit-chatting with the Bradfords, you know?
Oh, yeah.
He was chit-chat, and he was 100% fucking charming. And then he walked out, and he went, it was great. You know what I mean?
What's your estimation when you think back to that he might have been jacked up on coke?
100%.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
there you go.
100%.
He needs that shit.
And
I worry about him.
and he has no ass.
No, but if
He has
he's
zero
got an
ass.
and he doesn't care.
And a big beer belly. God bless him. And by the way, his truck's not that new. And by the way, what I wanted to say was, hey, Gus, how's the Stein project going? Because that fucking excavator hasn't moved since July 4th weekend.
No. He
hasn't done shit over there. They
got
shut that
100
down.
other things to do.
Of course he does. I understand that.
No.
But I like the fact that the excavator he must have other excavators because that
does.
one hasn't fucking moved. And that's
got-
a nice excavator, by the way.
He's got 2 Komatsu 150 excavators, and that's one of them. And is it still there?
Joe, trust me when I tell you, it hasn't moved since July 4th weekend.
Buddy,
When he tore the house. Remember I called you?
we talked about it like all week.
It was like Friday night. I'm like, fucking town hall's closed. It's 7:00. He's starting to rip the building down now.
fucking awesome.
And then the
I
Army,
wish you got-
the Army Corps of Engineers was there Saturday afternoon going, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, well, you got to let me finish now.
in that voice, too. Well, you got to let me finish now, don't you?
And they did. They let him finish.
Unless you want to do it.
Oh, so funny.
Asshole.
Right. Awesome. He's heroic.
I love him.
Yeah. He just doesn't fucking care.
Although I worry about it. Because you know what? He's kind of lost some focus and shit.
Well, how so? What do you mean when we're talking about somebody who kind of does what you do for a living on a bigger scale? How has he lost focus?
He's just like fucking. He's into it. You know, you
he
gotta
loves
be.
it.
And I'm not saying what you're saying is. Of course, yeah, he's way bigger than I am. He fucking. Well, he used to love it. But he's a really... he's one of those guys... He's a family man, and he never admit it.
Yeah, sure.
And I think...
Big softy at heart, probably.
There was a shitload of stability going back to him
Yeah.
in that house. Now, I think... His kids are wonderful, by the way.
I'm sure they are. Sure they were given every opportunity to...
No, Gus doesn't believe in that. Which, believe me, I'm starting to think that Gus might be right. Fucking make him scratch for every goddamn dollar.
Yeah.
Didn't work out for me, dude. So, Dan said something to the effect like, I'm like, he's
Talk about the plumber?
No. Yeah, Dan the plumber. I'm like, well, Gus is still out there busting his ass. Dan's like, I don't know, I haven't seen him work in 6 months. So he's like on the job, sleeping in the truck.
Oh, that's too bad. I don't know. Well, maybe he just had woken up when I saw him because I was in there at night. I was like, wow, it's kind of late for Gus to be, unless he worked late. But maybe he'd just woken up. I don't know.
Was he covered with dirt?
He had definitely worked that day. Okay. Unless he had worked 3 days earlier. I don't know. And was in the same clothes. But no. He was in... He had worked that day.
He's one of those guys that's always... he's always in control of himself.
Yeah.
He's always aware.
Yeah.
Like he said to me 10 years ago, he goes, you know something? You'd be the first one dead in a war because you're not aware of your surroundings. And I'm like,
that's
you're
interesting.
probably right, because I don't fucking pay attention to anything.
Yeah. That's a weird thing to say to somebody, but I think what he was saying was as much as you might...
You're not living in the moment.
Yeah, as much as you might...
No, that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Not in like one of those positive Tony Robbins ways.
Oh,
either.
yeah. No.
He's just like, you're not fucking present.
Yeah. Interesting.
You're daydreaming about something.
So how did that come up? Do you remember?
Because I was in the way while he was lowering us. I was like fucking looking off somewhere else while he was lowering a septic tank into a hole.
Oh, you were on a job site with him? Holy shit.
Well, I bought several lots from him. He did a septic system for me.
Oh, he did the septic system?
Yeah.
Before you started doing septic systems? Or that was just part of the deal?
Yeah. This was
before you started doing them?
He started.
So it had to be more than 10 years ago, Joe. You've been doing your own septic system.
He started in the 90s.
I'm saying you've been doing your own septic systems for way longer than 10 years.
Oh, well,
you
it
said
was Liberty Street. You painted it. How long ago was that?
Oh, that's fucking...
Was that 12?
At least 15 years ago. At least fucking 15
TD
years.
was there.
Well, if TD was there, we're talking about 2006. All right, yeah, it wasn't 15.
5, 6.
Yeah, 12 years. Yeah, you're right. All right, so it's in between what we're talking about.
Me and TD is either 4, 5, 6 or 5, 6, 7. Were you there working there when he left?
When T left?
Yeah. Were you?
Yeah, we were all together.
No, but I mean, were you at the site the day that he just said, Joe, I quit?
No, I wasn't around that day.
And it wasn't even, I'm done for the day.
No.
And then he told me, Joe, I'm kind of like done forever. And that was it. It was one of the most amazing things.
I remember it went down. I was around, but I wasn't on whatever job you were talking about, but I remember it went down that way. That's weird, huh?
It was hard to believe, and you worked with him a lot.
Well, we worked.
Didn't I keep you and him busy siding both of those buildings?
Yeah,
shit?
And we're talking about. It's actually less longer ago than I thought, because now that's.
Because it was shortly after the shit hit the fan.
Yeah, because I was going to say the shit hit the fan in 2008, and that's when it really hit the. So we're talking about 2008, 2009, 10.
And I was doing those condos.
That's not that long ago. It's less long ago than I thought it was. You're right.
Yeah, but it's 2008, 2009.
Yeah. That's only 10 years ago.
But it's 10 years ago.
I went from.
Remember, we used to go to the All-American, the fucking Plain Jane's every
10
day.
Years ago, yeah.
We'd meet there at 6 o'clock in the morning.
You're right.
I can't believe I actually got up that early.
And it wasn't that early. It was dark out.
It was fucking dark out.
Yeah, it was.
And
poor T.
He quit in the summer of
2009.
was either the summer of 09
or 10.
I don't know whether I owned any of those in 10. No, it's got to be because I was still working on the inside. That's 09.
Okay.
So that means I did those condos
9
years ago.
Jesus, it seems the farther away. I know that usually
Isn't that crazy?
Seems like longer ago than that.
Which
yeah,
is
because old Jess bought one of them.
Right.
Yeah, and she was already away from our boy. So
and I think
holy shit,
I think she's still there.
I believe you're right. And Joe lives with her.
I don't know. I know who he is, but sort of. But
you know who he is.
There's 4 people living, 4 families or 4, whatever.
Those are holy
individuals.
Those are holy. Do they have a neighborhood association over there? Did they fucking figure out how to get rid of it?
They're supposed to.
All right, but they figured it out.
No, but I mean, they're all supposed to work on, like, if you got to plow the fucking driveway. And what I told her when she moved in, I said, look, try to get your names together and, sock away some money and pave the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't allowed to by conservation.
Right.
They're like, oh, no, you can't pave that. We can't have, like, rainwater, that comes off a road go into any place where there's wetlands.
Yeah.
Like all the roads do anyway.
I was talking about sod with someone the other day, and I brought up that place. I was like, fuck, man, me and Joe fucking sodded that thing, I think, in between fucking Thanksgiving and Christmas, if I remember, man. It was fucking cold out. And we sodded that fucking thing.
Yeah.
And it looked great. You know what I mean? Like the next spring, it was beautiful. You know what I mean?
It was beautiful that day.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
I think I bought a lot of sod down there.
It was cold that morning, and then by the afternoon, it was like 55. It was fucking perfect. Because if we did that when it was 90 degrees out in August, we would have both been dead.
Right.
There would be no kind of right because we'd both be dead.
So it was late, but we
laid about 10,000 square feet of sod.
No, more than that.
You think?
20.
Wow, holy shit.
Because 10 is, I'm trying to think, those backyards were big.
Yeah, they
especially the other one.
We did.
The front yards were postage stamped.
All
and
the sod.
Then that big side yard over there. Remember that huge fucking thing where the septic system was?
I think
under?
that was on a different day, but yeah, you're right. That was a different day.
But I did have to water it.
Yeah, that's the origin of all the hoses that you probably still own.
No, I kind of go.
You had a
that
shitload of hoses.
I go down. I buy the.
You're like, I'm not doing a sprinkler system
for a 50-footer.
I'm doing my own sprinkler system.
I can get a huge yard wet with like. I saved the timers this time.
Yeah.
I didn't give the system to the people.
Yeah.
I usually do. I'm like, you know what? This system actually works pretty good, and it's set up so you can mow the lawn and shit.
Yeah.
I have an entire system so that I can take it down to Old Sandwich. But I put those in, I just put a yard down last week.
Okay.
So it's in December.
Was it you and the boys, or did Chris do it?
No.
Or
I've got the guys that do this, my sod, they also install.
Oh, yeah. We talked about this, right?
And he's got like this guy who's Ecuadorian or something.
Awesome.
With like a 10-man crew, and they work they look like ants. They're working so fast and hard. That's why we can't have them coming into the country. They're definitely taking jobs away.
It's okay. Americans don't need to be laying sod, let's face it.
What do you mean?
I'll do it.
We laid sod.
I'll do it.
If someone said to you, I'll pay you $65 an hour, Al, to lay sod.
How about 25? How about 15? I'm there.
You'd be a sod-laying motherfucker.
I'll tell you right now, I say it all the time to my in-between boss. I'm like, I'll go dig septic system. I'll go lay sod. I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't care. You know what I mean? I'll be on a ladder tomorrow at 7 a.m.
Well, if you get up high,
I don't give a
leave
fuck.
You alone.
I don't give a fuck. I like what I'm doing, but it ain't the fucking end-all, be-all.
Well, it's been pretty good over there, though. Lately, you've been pretty content.
Yeah, but the thing is here's the thing. And it was like this when I worked for myself. And I think you'll understand what I'm talking about. It's either there ain't enough work or there's too much work.
Yeah.
Okay? There's never a happy medium. And I attribute it, and I always tell the powers that be, I'm like, we got growing pains, and we need to have relationships with GCs where we get last looks on everything, where we have steady work. Right now, we're still bidding on everything. We don't have a shoe-in. There was no, like, me and you relationship.
Right.
Like, I had you, I had Steve, I had Eddie Johnson, I had Rich Smiloff, I had three other guys, Jim Fodiatis.
Right.
I had all these guys who, I'm your guy. Nothing's going out to bid. Everything goes out to bid. You know what I mean? I don't get last look or whatever. We don't enjoy that type of relationship. Where the big boss with the drywall,
like they don't hire you
with the drywall and framing company, he enjoys that with a couple of big GCs, by the way. Those guys got 41 jobs going on right now. And half of those are with GCs where they do everything for that GC. That GC does not put out anything to bid.
This is your company.
Well, the parent company. But these guys,
the drywall,
right, but these and the framing and the ACT ceilings and the doors and the toilet accessories, that type of shit, right? They do everything except mechanical for commercial shit, you know?
Right.
They don't do stick framing, but they do the metal framing.
Right. It's non-structural framing, basically.
Yeah, right. Yeah, fucking partitions, all right?
Well, that's what it is.
Yeah. So the point is these GCs are hesitant to make painting part of the package. They like to buy the painting separately. For some reason, they want to buy it last minute, and they don't want it to be part of the fucking package. We're trying to push that now because things are going a little weird. We're in kind of a lull. What was our original point?
The GC doesn't stick to the same painter.
Yeah. Yeah, but I forget how we got there. It doesn't matter. You asked me a question. The booze is starting to take hold.
We were talking about, like, working at the down Brook Road. We're talking about that.
Yeah, it doesn't
TD, Plain Jane's.
Yeah, no. You're getting way far away from... The thing is...
You would lay sod for $30.
Oh, yeah. So what I'm saying is what I tell these guys is because I said I'll do anything.
Did that click the switch?
Yeah. I'll do any... I will dig...
I'll
dig a cesspool. I'll dig a cesspool.
16 hours a day.
Yeah, for fucking $20 an hour or 15. I don't give a fuck.
I'll eat his ass too.
I'll figure out a way to pay the rent. I always have.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter. I'm always going to be broke, but I'll figure out a way.
Not always. This is going to take off. Al, I'm making a prediction tonight. Kind of right. It's going to make you a millionaire.
I don't want to be a millionaire, Joe. I do want to be a millionaire.
Well, then I'll keep most of them. And I'll just give you it right up to $9.99, and then we'll whittle it.
We got to do something about promoting the show other than fucking hoping it happens
this
organically.
Is it. We're not hoping. It's gonna.
I'm pretty sure there's some motherfuckers out there who've been doing a podcast for 5 years and no one's found them. I don't want to be that way. I told you 2. I'm willing to do 3.
We'll know in 5 years. If you don't know, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You know, you got to do... Well, I think
one of us has to do something stupid.
2 years is a minimum.
Yeah, minimum. A minimum.
Here's what
I've committed to 2 years minimum.
Here's what you and I have to do.
We're having a lot of fun.
We have to understand we're not famous. And I believe that probably as a year and a half or so, you know, and I'm talking like a mid-level famous person.
Yeah.
Not Madonna.
Yeah, like Rappaport. You know who I'm talking about? Michael Rappaport, that fucking maniac. The big Irish actor. He's got a podcast that's like in the top 100. All
and
right?
he's better than...
He's a B or C-list celebrity
he's
at
way
best.
bigger than the celebrity I'm talking about. I'm talking about like Jim Norton, who is the stand-up comedian.
He must make money off a podcast, no?
Of course he does.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
But the point is
he on Corolla's payroll?
No.
No.
Oh, no. Jim's at Sirius XM, but they have a podcast.
Okay.
And Jim was working with Opie and Anthony. And then
course,
Anthony got fired.
Right.
And it was just Opie and Jim. And then they fired Anthony. And then
I mean, Opie.
Jim and the producer of the show, or one of them, started their own show.
Right.
It's the Jim and Sam show.
Right.
On
So where the
Sirius
fuck is
XM.
what is Opie doing?
Opie's kind of gone, I think.
He was untalented. Anthony was very talented. I forget what did Anthony finger somebody? Is that what happened?
No. Anthony, I'm pretty sure this was Anthony
Cumia, right?
has a license to carry a firearm in New York City.
Okay, yeah. Now it's ringing a bell.
I don't have this exactly down, but he did something like a black fucking transvestite came up and started kicking the shit out of him. Something crazy. And I don't know whether he called him a nigger
That's what it is.
or he just...
Isn't that awful? I thought he fingered somebody. Sorry, Anthony. I know you listen, baby.
Well, calling somebody in it... No, this was some like animal black person, a girl. I think it was a girl.
He had a show with Artie Lang for a little while. The Artie and Anthony show.
After Artie had left Stern.
And Artie left the show because he was on fucking heroin again, and now he does the show with Dave Landau. So now it's the Anthony Cumia show with Dave Landau.
Well,
it's a video podcast, by the way. He's doing the same thing we're doing.
Said about Artie Lang. Anthony Cumia, this might be interesting to you.
I love it.
On Joe Rogan for like 3 hours.
Okay, great.
So if you want to hear everything.
Yeah.
But what Anthony said was...
This guy started on AAF, by the way.
Somebody came up to him, and it wasn't from the Stern crew. So Artie was with somebody. Artie was with somebody else. I'm trying to think. Anthony Cumia got him, but he was with somebody else. And the person he was with came over to Anthony and said, "Hey, what are you doing here?" "Oh, I'm picking up Artie Lang. He's going to be on, it's going to be me and Artie." And the person said, "Well, I wish you luck and get used to 7 to 10 phone calls around 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, 5:30. And Artie ain't fucking coming in. And Artie calls you at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 days a week, and he doesn't know where the fuck he is. Right. And can you bring some cash because the fucking heroin dealer is here?"
Oh, shit.
It was a riot.
Right.
So I believe it was Anthony who was parroting the person who told him
Right.
that this is going to be a fucking nightmare, or think this one through, so you know what you're getting into.
By the way, a funny dude.
And yeah, he's funny, but you know what the thing is about Anthony? Anthony's I'm telling you, in that, I don't know how famous. All right, you got a scale of 1 to 10. 10 is Tom Cruise.
Howard Stern.
And 1 is, because let's think of the bottom fucking rung of
Kathy
celebrity,
Griffith.
but you might know who they are.
She might be a 6.
All right, somebody on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, sure.
Somebody that was a character actor, you've seen him 700 times, and you have no fucking idea what his name is.
Yeah.
So that's 1, and Tom Cruise is 10.
Yeah.
So if you're Artie Lang, except you've never been on the Stern Show,
You're a 2 or a 1. Don't you think?
I was thinking 3 or 4.
Okay, that's fine.
Because you're like...
But never been on the Stern Show? If he's
no, I'm not saying he hasn't been on the Stern.
No, but I'm
saying the person is famous, working wise. He's a 3 or a 4.
Yep.
I wasn't saying I thought you were basically saying he hasn't been on the Stern Show yet.
No. What I'm saying is Artie's a
'Cause
3 or 4 because
post.
he was on the Stern Show. He's a 3 or 4 because he was on the Stern Show. If
Artie.
he was never on the Stern Show, he'd be less than a 1.
Well, he was pretty talented.
He was talented, but
As
not
a
famous.
comedian.
Not famous.
Well, yeah, he got mega fame from
the Howard Stern Show.
I don't think, and he wasn't stupid. He wasn't like, oh, now I go to Cleveland and I make $53,000 a night.
Yeah, no, right. Yeah.
As opposed to $2,500.
For like 3 years in a row, he was the number 2 stand-up gross-wise behind that fucking Dane Cook character. He was literally raking in like 25 mil from playing like the Worcester Centrum.
He was wildly aware it was because of the Howard Stern
Yeah, of course.
show. And he fucked it up anyway.
He did.
Man, I don't even think I could fuck that up. And I'm pretty good at fucking up almost anything.
I know I could fuck that up. I know.
Man, I don't. I don't think I could. I think I could make that one work.
I mean, you would hope.
So what you're telling me is,
I got a Guinness left. Woohoo!
I got a day job for 3 hours where I can come in and laugh my balls off.
Yeah, and literally that's it. He doesn't have to prep or do any. He shows up for the show.
Come in a fucking wife beater with cum stains all over it. They don't give a shit.
You roll in it. Well, when he was there, it was 6. Now it's 7. By the way, did you know that? The show's not 6 to 10 anymore.
Probably
It's 7 to
Howard
11.
Said, I'm not getting
It's exactly what it was.
I'm not getting up.
His last contract, he's like, you know what? I'm going to roll in at 7.
Fuck
he
it.
still gets there at 5:30.
I don't care who's driving. Fuck it.
Yeah, he still gets there at 5:30, but the mics aren't open until 7, and it's 4 hours. That's that. He used to just go. He fucking gives
How many days a week?
3.
So
he does 100 shows a year. Oh no, 80 shows a year. From 7 to 11, 80 shows a year. It used to be 100.
Yeah.
With his first contract or first and second contract.
Right.
He's $80 million a year. He does 80 show. He gets $1 million a show.
So
that's his contract, $1 million a show.
That is perfect.
Which is less than what he used to make there.
That's if you can command. And this is why it's so sad about Artie Lang, because being associated with Howard Stern brings you up. Well, fucking Ronnie the limo driver's got some fame.
Well, he's got sway, not just fame.
If he fired fucking Ronnie the limo driver, everyone would forget him at once.
Yeah, well, the funny thing about old Ronnie, I don't know if you've listened lately, old Ronnie he's got an end game. Ronnie's
got to be 75.
He's 69, believe it or not.
No, he was 69 like 3 years ago.
No, I'm telling you, he just turned 69, and he drives Howard Monday through Wednesday. He doesn't drive. He's got guys who drive him the rest of the week because he's doing appearances.
Yep.
And he is his bodyguard Monday through Wednesday. That's it. He's with Howard 3 days a week, and Howard allows him to ferret it out. But the other guys, he's got Mike.
They all used to do it.
He's got Mike, who used to be a cop, who fucking handles him, who's like a real bodyguard, because who knows how real a bodyguard old Ronnie is. You know what I mean?
I've seen Ronnie.
He ain't looking like a bodyguard. But apparently, listen, Howard's a loyal guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's never, ever had a problem when it came to that since he's hired that cat.
Who was the dumbest person that ever worked for Howard Stern?
Probably Casey Armstrong.
And
That
then
could work
second
for him?
would be Jackie, the joke man, Martling.
You know what? He might be the most stupid. You forget about Jackie because
Right.
he's so stupid.
Most stupid fucking human being on the planet. Not only could he
wanted
have
$1 million, they were
like
they offered him
3-day work week, which is perfect.
wanted $1 million. They offered him $945
He
because
wouldn't take it.
it was a certain percentage of what he was making before. They wouldn't go up to $1 million.
And it was way more than he was making.
Way more. Yeah. $945 is however the math worked, and it was a fucking pretty good deal.
And he'd be there today.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Because he's alive.
If he wanted to,
he's alive.
he'd be there.
So he'd probably be there.
And that's, 15, 16 years later?
Well,
now?
Artie started in 2000.
Is that true?
18 years.
So
Artie's already been off the air for 9 years.
So Howard got onto Sirius XM in 2000?
2006. Artie was on a K-Rock.
Oh.
I'm
talking about,
Artie was
not
on...
Artie. Jackie.
I'm saying Jackie left in 2000. That's when Artie took
Jackie
over.
left in 2000?
Yep.
No.
I'm telling you.
Jackie was around when they went to Sirius
No, he
XM.
wasn't.
There was.
Joe,
And then Sirius
Joe,
XM
do you know who you're
wouldn't pay
talking to?
him.
You know who you're talking to? K-Rock wouldn't pay him. When did Jackie Martling...
Yeah, you type it up. I swear it was like around the Sirius XM days.
Because Artie was
Jackie
there.
was fucking
Artie was
old.
there the last day at K-Rock. Artie was there. Artie was there for years before they left K-Rock. Talk a little bit, will you?
Well, no, I'm thinking here. Jackie the joke man. But man, I just remember him old.
Yeah, well, he was always old.
Jackie.
Born in 1944. He's older than my father. He's fucking 4 years old.
Yeah.
Former head writer of the fucking... Yeah, he left way before 2000. 2006 was when they started. 2005 was the fall of October 2005 was the last Stern show on K-Rock, on quote unquote. All right, so he left in 2001. I said 2000. He left in 2001. There it is. That's it. He left in 2001.
Yeah, no, Jackie's not a young man. He's been with Howard.
Listen,
How old's Fred?
Fred's a year or 2 years younger than Howard.
What's Howard, 68?
No, 60. He was born in 54, so he's 64. He'll be 65 in January. Holy shit. Poor Howard, huh?
And you know what? What do you mean, poor Howard?
He's doing fine.
He's fucking great. And you
By
know
the way,
something?
talk about mentally ill. He's not ever going to be happy, the poor bastard.
Is it me, or has he become a little more angry?
I agree with you, because for a while there it looked like he got less angry, but as I would say in the past 5 years since he turned 60, I agree. I think he's a little more angry.
Now, and I'm not talking about. I saw him for the first time in a while. I'm not as crazy about. I love Howard.
I hear every show. I hear every minute of every show. I have a lifetime subscription.
But I saw Howard within the last 2 months, on YouTube.
Oh, you see his big fake choppers?
I saw some, but Howard was he was a little angry.
He's angry. He's an angry dude.
And I mean, not on anything specific.
No, he's edgy. He's edgy.
And
He's on edge. How's that?
he's on edge.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether it's mortality or.
He says he thinks about death a lot.
But he was. Remember when he first married Beth?
Yeah, of course. The beautiful Beth O.
And I mean, for a long time, he was just fucking happy.
Yeah.
You knew he sounded like he was in a good place.
I
When
think
I last heard him, he was fucked up.
he intimated that last week that it bothers him now that all his daughters are over 30.
Yeah.
He's got a 30, a 36, and a 38 or something like that. Or his oldest one might be almost 40.
I'm thinking they're older.
And his oldest daughter is
Because he had kids when
a
he was
rabbi,
young.
by the way.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. You
No,
don't
well,
have to worry about her.
When him and but they all have significant others. But when he got divorced, the youngest was like 7. Yeah, the oldest one's not quite 30. The youngest one, I'm sorry, isn't quite 30. Because there's a little bit of spread between his girls. I think his oldest girl's 38. I think you get a little perspective when your oldest kid is getting to be fucking 40.
I don't know. Did our parents really get any perspective?
My mother always, I got to say, every year when I have a birthday, by the way, I do have a birthday every year, my mom goes, oh, I can't believe you're whatever age I am.
Right.
So I turned 50 this year. 50.
You do or you have?
I did turn 50. And my mother
So
was...
you'll be 51 soon.
And my mother was like, she actually cried. I'm like, that's great, Ma. Thanks.
Because you know what happens? Now your
I
kids
can't
turn
believe
50,
my baby is 50, is what
and
she said.
they start thinking,
How can you be 50?
I might
I'm
outlive him.
She goes, oh, especially after this last miracle with her and her fucking vapor lock. She had a heart attack, Joe, that would have killed me and you. You and I would be dead.
Technical people,
Statistically,
or medical people,
you and I would be dead.
I told Dr. Hannah, he goes, it's a miracle.
No shit. Left anterior descending artery. Mom, I know I did a whole show on this, but you're a miracle, and you've been allowed to live because you're a good person.
Dr.
And
Hannah,
the earth is better with you on it than off.
well, I don't know about that. That's kind of going overboard.
No, it isn't. My mom's a good lady.
I know she's a good lady. It's just,
By
do you
the
think
way,
the earth cares.
I got a pretty fucking good idea. She ain't going back to work. She's pretty much settling into not doing anything. She likes it.
It's so
She's
so
digging
much
it.
fun doing nothing.
She is on short-term disability and collecting on that, and she's hoping to still get her massive holiday bonus from the big guy. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure after that comes down, she might be shutting it down.
Well, you know what? Has she said yay or nay?
She has intimated that it's a distinct possibility that she's not going back to work.
She's thinking as she feels better. If I don't go to work, I'm going to get up in the morning and by 2, my husband will be dead.
Well, because she throttled him. Because that's the only thing. And that's what she says. She says the only thing that's preventing me from officially fucking retiring
is your father.
I will fucking kill him.
Yeah, that's what she said.
She
to
said
me.
it the other night. We visited. Oh, it was her birthday yesterday. It was my mom's birthday yesterday. I brought her some flowers.
Well,
The old bird
I was
just
meaning
turned
to come over.
73. That ain't that old, by the way.
As a matter of fact, maybe I'll go there tomorrow.
73. Just fucking go over there.
Well, you get into the, you're like, I called your dad twice,
Bring her some flowers.
and then no, and I should have said some, but all my fucking what do you call that? Your
Penis?
no, when you know what to do when a certain thing happens, and you send a flower.
It's called
you
scruples. Yeah.
No, it's not scruples.
It's fucking...
It's just kind of knowing what to do in a certain thing.
etiquette?
Yeah, I guess that's closer than
Scruples. Etiquette.
And
Manners?
I've forgotten all the fucking
Proper manners.
the rules.
That's called etiquette,
But
Joe.
over time, I said, fuck this. Who made this bullshit up?
Yeah.
And if somebody brought me flowers instead of like some pot or, something to fucking chew on, gummy bears,
I'm going to tell you right
I'd
now.
kick them in the balls.
I'm going to tell you right now what she wants. She don't want flowers. She wants vodka. And she's not allowed to have
See
it.
if she can. have some gummy bears.
Can you imagine? I don't think she would ever even consider taking it. She might get angry.
You know, it just hit perfect right now.
Oh, you took one?
Yeah.
Right before the show or since?
Right before when I came down.
Oh, good for you. That's an hour and...
before we began, I think.
Yeah, because you gave it to me about a minute before we started, and we've been going an hour and 40 minutes.
So I mean, it's he's got them perfect. They're dialed in.
That's good. And by the way, so your nephew is actually cooking these, or is he just overseeing it, or is he the chef?
And he don't tell.
Or is he just the dealer?
These are legal gummy bears.
Where are these guys building their facility, by the way?
I'm not telling you.
Well, you can tell me. Holland, Mass., right? You told me that. Or Union, Connecticut, or Holland, Mass.?
Could be Union.
Could be Holland. Right. So that's
could
the
be
area.
Holland.
So they're not built
they
yet,
could
is
not
what
even,
I'm saying.
They may have sold it, and they're not going to even be building it.
By the way, we are becoming the pot painters. We just landed our 4th cultivation facility. I'm telling you, I told everybody.
Like the pot painting motherfucker.
It's like, it's
maybe
so good for the economy.
Really good.
They build these things from the ground up. And also, there's a dispensary going in East Boston that we're painting called Happy Valley.
These things are so huge. You could fucking grow tomatoes and make money.
Yeah.
You know, meaning like if they go out of business, right? Say they find out pot, you know, oh my God, we never realized that a third of the men's cocks will fall off if they smoke pot.
Well,
you know, if it shit the bed, all this stuff could be used.
Yeah, sure.
You could, you know, you figure you're getting everything at like 3 cents on the dollar.
Yeah.
You turn the lights back on, you grow some fucking tomatoes.
Yeah, right.
And you can say they're hydroponic and organic.
There's big money in that fucking green leaf, man.
Of course there is.
And I'm not talking about just fucking the consumer. I'm talking about the money to build it. It's like a fucking residential building boom that you know about. We're talking about a commercial building boom going on right now. Mixed use projects and pot facilities and storage units. I'm telling you. And it's all because of the greatest president in the history of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. I told you guys, I told all of you, prepare yourself for unprecedented economic prosperity. Yeah, it all comes to a crashing halt, but unprecedented fucking economic prosperity.
Are you trying to tell them to temper themselves?
No, what I'm telling them is just give in and fucking buy some pot.
You know, I had a good punchline because I was listening to your thing and I forgot what the fuck I was gonna.
No, it's too bad. I'm sorry, baby.
I think I might be baked.
By the way, you like my shirt? I have 10 of these, all different colors.
Do they fit?
The first batch were quadruple XL when I was huge, and now I got all triple XLs, which is still... I can wear a double XL right now, by the way. I know you think I'm fat. You're looking at me like I'm fat.
I'm not looking at you like you.
But I can wear a double XL.
Don't care.
I like triples because they're a little loose. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't wear jewelry. I don't want shit hanging on me.
I know.
But I got all different... Look, are these shirts gorgeous or what? The water rolls off of them, beer, and
you know what?
Food.
Hey, you want to hear something funny?
They're wrinkle-free. Yeah, go ahead.
Because I am going on to see my college pals.
The I-Man.
And I got to go see... Did you ever meet John McCreedis?
It sounds very familiar.
My buddy from the Cape who's like 20 years older than me and Greek.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
And he's a cool dude.
Yeah, absolutely. I know who you're talking about. Yep.
He's living down in Inglewood.
Oh, no shit.
I called him. He had a Yarmouth exchange.
Is his wife still alive?
No, his wife left him when he was 29.
Oh, all right. I
met him when he was 38.
Oh, all right.
So I have no idea when you met him. But he's If I was I was 30.
I think he
was
had a
38,
girlfriend
and
when I met him.
23.
Oh my God, he must just be fucking.
So I'm
tons
55.
Of bitches.
How much is
Oh, he's old, man.
22 to 38? What's that?
16 years.
20 years.
He's 71.
That's right. You're right, dude.
Good for him.
Can't.
So he's banging tons of chicks, hopefully.
No.
Or men, whatever.
He's gay.
Oh, he has ED? Oh, no, he's gay?
No. And
There's nothing wrong with that.
But the thing is, I can't.
Is that why his wife left him?
Name. So you have to
Boo!
go back to the first show and listen. But
there's nothing wrong with being gay, by the way.
I don't even know if I don't know. You know what? If I had to swear on it, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because he's one of those guys who's in that era. There's just always some. When I was over there a lot because he's just a great guy. Could cook like crazy.
Of course he could.
That's huge when 22 and living on your own.
Yeah.
And you're looking at another fucking pizza.
He also had extremely fucking good wrist action.
Yes, that too. But no, he always had some. There were several people, but you know something? They were so interesting because at first I thought, oh, he's just like, these are just people that are living here.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? But no, then a young kid came in.
Oh, boy. Hopefully not that young.
He was, Jimmy was 50. He went to high school a couple years, and then Yanni, me and Yanni brought the kid to college. He went to UMass Amherst.
Yeah.
And that was the first time when I saw the craziness because there were these fucking posters all over the place. And they were all this, and I mean everywhere.
Yeah.
Because I remember, I'm like, I see one here, then I open the door and I see one. And then you walk to the elevator bank and there's one there. And everything said, the poster was at that time, everything said, was, this is how you know you're a homophobe. And then there was a list.
There's a picture of a white guy there.
There was a list.
Yeah.
How to know if you're a homophobe or some fucking thing. And I'm like,
be
wow.
white and male.
And I don't keep really track of the culture. And I'm like, how gay is everybody? Because it was like if you came in from somewhere else and had in a place where half the people were gay,
Right.
you'd go, wow, there's a lot of gay people here.
There's a lot of faggots here.
Because there's a sign every 11 feet.
Right.
Meaning their signage far outnumbered.
Oh, yeah.
They're actually
There were more signs than faggots.
There was like 100 times more signs than, and like two gay people show up and they move into a private house.
And by the way, I love my friends who are gay, and they love when I call them faggots. So, by the way, it's just a word. It's just a word. It's not that negative. They call each other fag.
Any gay friends? So I don't know
tons
if anybody
of gay friends.
hates me when I call them.
If you have gay friends, Joe, not only do they not hate you,
I have one gay friend.
Not only do they not hate you, they want to bang you. You know what I mean?
I know that's true.
Yeah. I mean, how could they not?
I can actually testify to that.
Oh, no. Is there a story there?
Well, we're going to have to make that a cliffhanger, and
something
all
about
you motherfuckers need
something
to go
about
to bed.
a thumb and a forefinger.
Because I need to go to bed.
Really?
Yeah,
that's fine.
That's it.
Have you eaten dinner?
No.
By the way, I have a new
hungry,
routine. I have a new routine.
Drunk and stupid.
And I didn't tell you. because I'm going to start actually cooking it in the microwave. My routine is...
Down here when you're doing laundry?
No, well, no. When I get here, I eat my dinner...
This fucking whole room just tilted like a foot on that end.
Because you're drunk.
No, I believe I'm high.
I have my dinner...
Or drunk.
On the hood of my...
Probably both.
On the hood of my vehicle now, because I pack lunch and dinner on Tuesdays and Thursdays now, and I
wait, is this one of these things where you're cooking a fucking
no, I just bring
casserole
leftovers.
on
I bring
the intake exhaust manifold.
No, but we cook we do a crock pot meal on Mondays or whatever.
Oh, this is like a fucking gay office thing.
And no, I'm talking about home, you fucking asshole. So what I do is I bring leftovers.
How come I'm never invited to the fucking home chili thing?
You're always invited. You have an open invitation. You don't leave the campus ever. What I'm telling you is
I can't. I'm usually drunk.
Where I used to not eat dinner until I got home.
Until the driverless car, I'm fucking stranded.
Now I pack my lunch and my dinner in the morning on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I eat my dinner up there. But I'm going to start bringing something I can hook up in that because I forgot you had a microwave. I'm going to start heating it up. When I get here at 6, I'm going to eat it from 6 to 6:15 and then do the show. Because I've been eating dinner because, as you know...
There is a microwave.
Eating dinner at 9 o'clock at night is not the answer.
No, you're supposed to...
It's the worst thing you can do.
Unless you don't eat until 10 o'clock the next day.
No, you can't do that. You got to have something to eat when you wake up.
If you want to stay on the 12-hour fast... No, I'm talking about if you're like me, where like 2 or 3 days a week you stay on the couch till 11 or 12.
I don't think you can. I don't think the 12-hour fast works if you're up for the first 3 or 4 hours or the last 3 or 4 hours. You got to eat when you wake up. The thing you got it down. You're right. You can't eat after 6:30, 7 o'clock. You just can't do it.
Not if you're trying to lose weight.
Yeah, or maintain.
Or meaning, if you want to lose weight. The easiest way possible.
You cannot eat after 6:37.
This isn't it.
We're talking about no food.
Yeah, you don't eat.
Water only, by the way. No beer either.
They call it like the 12-hour fast.
Yeah, you gotta.
So you stop at 6, and then the idea is you wake up at 6 o'clock
and have your juice and your pills and whatever you eat. Whatever you eat,
and then you eat. You can't go eat 3 fucking 10-pound cakes.
No, you eat a couple eggs.
But you can eat
some protein.
You can eat anything
a little
you
fiber.
Want, as long as you stop eating. No. There's not that many rules. You can even have like a Twinkie in the middle of the day.
I know what you're saying. What I'm saying to you is that is part of...
You got to stop at 12... At 6 o'clock again.
Part of my
wait 12 hours.
Part of the only problem with this podcast is on Tuesdays and Thursdays I had not been eating dinner until 9:30. Now I bring my dinner and I eat it at 6 before the show.
What, out in the car?
Yeah.
What do you have? Like fucking horror food?
No, like leftovers. But now I forgot the microwave was here. I'm gonna start. Like tonight I had some. We made a nice. Lemon herb chicken in the crock pot the other day.
Yeah.
Green beans, red potatoes, carrots, and chicken.
Did you
little
stick
gravy.
Your cock into the dish?
Well, not my cock.
Before you gave it to your honey.
Bottom of my balls. You know what I mean? You know me, Joe, with my balls.
Did that go into the dip?
I'm going to be dipping my balls in whatever.
That was so fucking funny.
It was the best ever. And the only problem with it is...
Why do I remember every
I can't believe
15...
that came up again. I told the story this weekend.
Isn't that a riot?
The problem is the dude whose birthday it was, and I forget his name. Do you remember his name?
No.
His parents...
No, I was... And it was the fucking Jersey Boys.
The Jersey Boys. His parents watched me dip my balls in the clam dip. His mother and his father.
And his father was a retired FBI.
And he laughed his fucking balls off. And his wife was like, and I'm like, oh no, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize they were watching me. It was like, dip my balls in the clam dip because it was delicious.
And these are the things in life that you... That was what did I ask? No, here's what happened.
I didn't even know these people. I just went with you.
Okay, this happened in like the spring, right? Springish. Wasn't hot out.
This was a fall. This was fall. There was college football going on for the party.
All right, I got to think this through then.
It was fall. There was college football because that was in my worst betting. Remember, I did the whole betting thing where I lost.
Did I have the Halloween party
$100,000
that October?
the following October?
No.
Oh no, a couple weeks later, or the previous.
If we went down to New Jersey, we went to see Mike and the other guy, who I forget now. And they're really nice guys. And
Awesome guys.
I don't
And they both
blame
went.
our fault. You know,
They both came to your Halloween party as Joe RN.
right, right. And
I don't remember if that was before or after their party, though. I just don't remember. It was all very vague.
maybe it was the following summer.
But I'm telling you, I know that was the fall when we went and I dipped my balls
How
in
did
the
you
clam
meet the
dip
Jersey boys then?
through you.
Did you know them when they came here for Halloween? You probably
No,
did.
I
think
didn't know them. I didn't. That's how I met. I don't even know how. I don't even know what the connection is. Tell me what the connection is.
All right. So if that Halloween, then the following, you kind of knew them when I took you down to
Vaguely, right,
Right.
right. That was
So
a
that
whole
was like-
year later.
A whole year later.
Yeah.
So my last, well, I only had two, but Halloween parties where I heated the pool up
With a
October 31st.
wood-fired fucking heater, mind you.
No, that was like
The
only
ECAD 3000, which stood for the Eat, Cock, and Die.
$500 or $600 in propane and whatever electricity. But
It was
it
a
got
great
the pool
party, by the way.
up hot.
Steam rising
warm.
off that motherfucker.
It was warmer than piss. Well, maybe not. It was like
It's 101 degrees, Joe.
Yeah, it was warmer than piss.
Yeah, way warmer than piss. Which,
But,
by definition, is a 98.7 or 6.
So the Jersey boys I met them in Cabo San Lucas.
That was it.
Yeah. So, Chris Jarvis' sister they have a resort down there. And I met the Jersey boys there. They were friends of Jenny because they were like Jenny's age in New Jersey or something.
Jenny, who was that again?
Jenny is Chris's sister.
Right, okay, good.
And
Another maniac, by the way.
well, Jenny, you could literally have a conversation with Jenny, get up, go to the bathroom, come back, sit back down, and Jenny would
Have
still
the
be
conversation again. Good-looking girl, by the way.
She is pretty.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Jenny's 50-something now.
She was
Which is
good-looking then.
horrifying.
It's fine. Well, you're 50-something.
I know, I'm horrified.
Yeah.
I don't look in the mirror because I scare myself off.
You don't look
gross
that
I
much
am.
different. Although, if you ask my mother, you look just like your dad. So she's like,
That's why my wife says,
Yeah.
if you ever grow a beard, I'm fucking leaving
oh,
you.
my God.
Because you will be your father.
You do look
and
like your dad without a beard, by the way.
I know.
You have dissimilar body types, though, because he
No,
was more like a Bell, and
he
you
was
you
a
got like
pear.
he's a pear or a Bell, and you got the athletic,
what?
the athletic build.
So funny.
Yeah,
I saw a picture of my grandfather,
yeah. Which one now? His dad.
father.
Okay, yeah,
and his father had a fucking back that went from like out here
yeah.
down to this skinny.
That's
little
what you
waist
look like.
and no ass.
Yeah. You look like a triangle. Yeah, he looks like a pear.
So
That is what it is.
it is what it is.
But your faces are the same.
I know.
Crazy. You actually have more hair than your dad, by the way. As little as you might think you have.
Well, I don't know if he goes down to like you can go to the bare blades. I'm already at
I'm
one.
talking about at similar ages. You know what I mean?
I don't. Well, he was.
He had that wispy, fucking gray,
when he was
fucking white hair.
55.
Man, I remember his 60th and then his 70th, his 60th. Wow. Can you imagine?
The 60th was very shortly before 2000.
Yeah, it was right after Charlene was born. That's when you and I got back together business-wise and friend-wise. You remember? He had a 60th birthday on the fucking porch. We had not
At
all
your
gotten
house?
together.
At
No,
your dad's house?
no. At your folks' house. And we had not all seen each other in a little while. Certainly you and I hadn't. And you're like, hey, I'm building houses and you're painting. You know what I mean? And the fireman had just let it be known that he wasn't painting anymore, and you happened to be looking for a painter.
That's right.
Yeah.
Jesus, what was that guy's name?
I don't know what his name was, and you weren't bad-mouthing.
Yeah.
He was a good guy. Yeah, he just wasn't doing it anymore.
Yeah, he got he didn't have the fire department when he came, so I was, he would stay as busy so they could make some money.
Yeah,
but he always wanted to get into the fire department, and then he got into the fire department, and then.
That's right when your dad turned 60. Charlena, if you remember, was... So we're talking... Your dad...
So shit, I built...
Charlena was just walking. So we're talking like... So was your dad 1938? Or... He was born in 1938, right? Because Charlena was just turning almost 2.
38 to 78.
Was your dad 1938?
98. It would have been 98.
Yeah,
turned 60.
That's what I'm saying. 1998. Does that sound right? Was your dad born in 1938?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we're talking about. That's when you and I
60
fired up our business relationship as far as the whole
Carbo Force.
No, Carbo Force was before that, you maniac. It was way before that. We're talking about the whole contracting subcon. Yeah, well, it didn't work out because nobody wanted to pay 99 cents for fucking Carbo Force, and what was the tea called? You know what's funny? I bought a fucking bottle of Coke Zero the other day, and it was $2.09 for a 16-ounce bottle. I'm like, holy shit, I remember with the Carbo Force shit, we were trying to sell it for 99 cents, and everybody was out of their mind. They're like, how can you be charging $1 for a fucking drink? You know?
Like fucking 2.5, 3 cents a year, and by the time you know it, you're paying more for fucking Diet Coke than you are for gas.
What the fuck was the tea called? It was something tea. It was basically tea with 98,000 times the caffeine in it. No calorie. There was Carbo Force and then Carbo something else.
And then there was like bars and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't sell too many of the bars. I sold a lot of the drinks, but it was just like, after 4 or 5 months of it, it was like, this ain't... Oh, Blue Thunder. Remember Blue Thunder? That was $2.
Yes.
That was $2. And people you could sell that only in the gyms. You couldn't put that in the mom and pops. We tried putting all that shit in mom and pops. Carbo Force, Carbo something else, Blue Thunder. The tea people were buying. That was the best seller, by the way. The tea was the best seller.
I'm fucking amazed you remember that. You know why?
That was when that was in the same era where I turned you on to Pro Audio. If you remember.
So when I had the fucking wall of speakers down there?
Well, no, that was you were still... Jesus, that might have all gone down right before you fucking finished the house over there, but I had a whole Pro Audio set up in that basement in Cedarville. Remember you came and you dropped off like 50 cases of fucking Carbo Force at the house in Cedarville? And I was listening to music on my mono fucking Pro Audio setup. And you're like, Jesus, that's loud and full.
But that didn't register because you and I didn't have any real big talks or hang out that much until 2000.
Yeah, right. But it was... Carbo Force was way before your father's 60th because we reconnected at that party. You're like, hey, I need a painter.
I don't think we reconnected. I don't remember you from before that.
Well, Carbo Force was way before your father's 60th. I'm telling you.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I had already moved.
No, you moved to Carver.
Yeah, but Carbo Force was when I was still in Cedarville at the ranch. You and Bill came down and brought like a fucking pallet full of fucking Carbo Force.
I don't remember that, but I
Yeah.
believe it.
Yeah.
Now.
And that's when I turned you on to the pro audio shit as opposed, because you were building stereos and wiring little wimpy fucking 8-inch speakers and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
No,
you
I
need
was
some
trying to
12
figure
and
out,
15 out fucking
How do you
inch
get-
speakers. And
how do you get speakers you can listen to shit really loud and not blow them up?
yeah, pro audio
And you were
amplifiers.
like, well, you got to buy the pro audio shit.
Yeah, and it works.
Yeah, and you buy the shit and you put 5,000 watts in it.
Yeah.
And nothing happens. Nothing blows up.
Nothing blows up and nothing breaks down. Never
And it
mind
gets to
blows
be
up.
100 and like around 140 decibels where it's so fucking loud.
Yeah, you're going to need to puke.
It was crazy
Yeah.
because they're very efficient speakers too.
Well, totally. Well,
Pro audio.
never
is
mind
like
the
what
speakers.
I was looking for my entire life.
The amps are very efficient. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, you get a little box and you can get fucking 500 watts a channel of clear power coming
Yeah.
out. It's crazy.
Yeah. And, you know.
What was I looking up?
You can wire it for stereo if you want, but you don't have to. Fuck it. Because all that shit's mixed to almost mono anyway.
But remember, this was all. No, not like. You know, I was listening the other night. I thought I woke Patty up because Lola was with me the entire night, so I thought Patty had closed the door upstairs.
Yeah.
But I had I got on YouTube, which is the coolest fucking thing.
Fucking YouTube rules.
And I was listening to I listened to a bunch of Guns N' Roses songs.
Awesome.
And then I went to AC/DC.
Oh, good choice.
And then I went to Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Always a go-to.
So I listened to, this is the fucking speaker that is in the flat screen TV.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Al's taking a piss now. That's why you can't really hear him. So, pro audio, you buy these speakers. You know, these are the speakers that you see when you're at a bar and they're on each side of the stage or they're hanging up off the ceiling. And you look at those and you go, what brand is that? And it'll be like a JBL or a Behringer or a Community, which you'll never find. That's why I'm never selling mine.
Yeah, they're relics. I got one too I'm not selling.
But they're not relics. I have two Community CSX 57s.
In really good shape.
And
They take 1,000 watts program.
and they have a mid range and they sound fabulous.
They're the best. I used that
215
monitor for 5 or 6 years.
Two 15-inch woofers,
Awesome.
a mid range, and a few tweeters,
Awesome.
and you can just blow your fucking brains right out.
Yeah, they'll take 1,000 watts program. That's nice.
And in my basement, remember when it was all open before I built this apartment for my daughter,
Yeah, you had actual.
who now hates my guts officially?
I mean, you guys haven't worked that out?
No, it's never going to work out.
Oh, it'll work out.
No, you don't understand. It's
Now, has Patty determined that it's not going to work out?
here's the problem.
Are her and Patty still communicating?
A little bit.
Good.
But this is going on today. Still going on. The problem is, and I think I wanted to tell you this last time.
Yeah,
but
go ahead.
Once you fucking detonate your own credibility, like meaning another person won't trust you or believe you. How do you get that back?
Can you answer me something honestly? Does she feel the same way about you, or is she just? Is it possible that she feels the same way about you? That's more the question.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But here's where this whole thing.
Doesn't matter if she
has been
should or she shouldn't.
This has been a long time, I think, before I talked about this. I'll talk about this quickly.
Yeah, just do it.
So this has been going on since September,
Yeah.
like mid-September, and now it's
It sucks. 2 months later.
mid-December.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Okay.
It's almost 3 months later.
So here's the deal.
Merry Christmas, Joe.
It went by really quick.
Yep.
But there is no. Well, first of all, I found out that her mom was involved.
Oh no, you didn't tell
Do you know
me
what I
this
mean?
at all.
So I have nothing to say. This would be my ex-wife, folks. I think my ex-wife is a wonderful person, and she's not evil at all.
No.
But she has a few OCD things.
She's mentally ill.
That's what I'm calling it.
Yeah.
And I'm not even going to say that because she's
Well, I'm saying
something.
it. Yeah.
Now, let me explain further so everyone would understand.
Yeah.
Now, picture someone, everyone knows somebody like this, and if you don't, you need a
You're
few more
lucky.
friends. Or you are lucky.
Yeah.
There are people out there who can find a way to take almost any situation, make themselves a victim, and simultaneously demonize the person who is probably trying to help them in the first place.
Right.
So, my daughter has a streak of that.
Well, okay. Oh, yeah, sure.
Here's the thing. If you can't come out and say, you know what, I fucked up, and I was selfish, and I don't even know if that does it. Because now you're backtracking. If you didn't know it wasn't right in the first place, I don't know. But it hasn't gone well since. So it's sort of like here's where it is. I'm going to leave it alone.
Talk into the mic. Come on.
I'm going to leave it alone.
Yeah.
And I'm going to wait. And it's going to be what it's going to be. Meaning I gave a real effort.
So you guys had a discussion since the last time we talked about this.
I don't think so, actually.
No?
Not face to face. No, not
Well,
on the
not
phone.
face to
Everything-
face, but even on the phone?
Everything has been text. There's no.
Oh, God, that's awful. It's awful.
I know, but she won't answer the phone.
Really?
She won't call. So, what are you going to do? So I left it, and I'm just going to leave it and see where it ends up.
I'll tell you where it's going to end up. She'll be home for Christmas.
Nah, it's not happening.
You don't think so?
I wish I would. And believe me,
That would be great, in your opinion.
No, actually, it wouldn't.
Oh, you're not welcoming that.
I,
If she showed up
what?
on your doorstep
I don't
Christmas
wanna-
weekend. By
I
the
don't
way,
wanna have a
Christmas is a
holiday.
full weekend, by the way.
I don't want to have a holiday and be tiptoeing around the fucking
The bullshit.
the elephant in the room that's
Yeah.
shitting all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So she can do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
And I gave it a shot. I love her to death,
Yeah.
and it will be whatever it's going to be.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Well, it
There's
happens.
nothing worse. I can't even imagine.
You know what?
As I
It's
opened
not bad though.
I opened the
because-
show up talking about how it hurts that I know my son's hurting. We're not really at odds, but we kind of are.
My
But
daughter's
you are
not
actually
hurting.
arguing with your daughter.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not.
She is hurting. Why is she hurting? Why is she
No,
hurting?
she's not hurting. My daughter has a gigantic self-entitlement issue of some sort.
Really?
That was probably something to do with, I guess, it's me or her mother or something.
It always boils down to the parents, man. Again, with my
yeah,
son,
but it's not.
It's my fault.
The guy that goes
He's
and
hurting because of me.
Yeah, nah.
He is hurting
a lot
because
of
of
that
me.
So if he goes and shoots up a school, it's your fault.
Oh my God! How did you make that leap?
No, but what I'm saying is this is, you're being much more
But you're blaming yourself for your daughter's bullshit too.
No, not
you
at
just
all.
said you just said it. You just said it.
Oh no! What I mean,
You said you spoiled
I
her.
gotta
You
take
basically said you spoiled
I'll
her.
take a little responsibility for the I kind of created the fucking monster, but there is from the other side there is a overwhelmingly victimization cult
I know what you're saying.
on the other side.
Yeah,
of the family.
yeah.
And it's just like, hey, if I can turn myself into a victim and then avoid all consequences of agreeing to shit,
Well,
then that's an
sucks.
easier life.
That's too bad. I'm sorry to hear that. She's way smarter than that.
She is.
She needs to fucking snap out of that. Anna, snap out of it. Snap
No.
out of it.
So, here's where we are now.
Okay. Snap out of it, honey.
Because
And you're beautiful, by the way. And smart. And
Yeah.
funny. And fucking funny and smart. Stop it.
this is where we are. Because I was going to let it go, and then for, I don't know. Then I found out her I'm not gonna do this much.
I got you.
Here's the deal now.
Yeah.
I agreed on a 50-50 split.
Yeah.
So here's what I did. And this
Yeah.
was today.
Oh, Jesus.
Because I said, all right, I'm done. And we didn't talk anything about money at all for the last
Whatever.
month.
Right. Yeah.
Not anything about money.
It's been more than a month, by the way.
Well, what I was trying, I sent several emails. She never responded at all until tonight. And I said things like, it was more like, look, I don't want to fuck up. I don't want to lose a daughter over this.
Yeah, right.
I'm not going to sit here and say you're a wonderful person, but if we have we need to have a conversation.
Sure.
And I did that several times.
Yeah.
And it got me nowhere. And I'm getting like no feedback. And then
Yeah.
I find out that her mother was involved in this.
Can you just give me, not everybody, explain what that means? Her mother is involved?
Well, her mother is a good person.
Yeah. We love Tony.
Well, this is a preface thing.
Okay.
She's a good person.
Yeah. You got to talk into the mic, Joe. Just
Yeah, I know.
fucking
She's
put
a
it
good-
right in front of your
she's a
lips.
good
There you go.
person.
Yeah.
She's not evil.
Yeah. No.
And for the most part, she
Crazy,
means well.
but not evil.
And, hey, it's her mom.
Yeah.
But here's the deal.
And your
Mother,
your kid's mom.
my daughter's mother. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you can picture this kind of person, they have never made a mistake in their life.
I know all about that.
Ever.
Especially in Exes.
And anything bad that ever happened to them was somebody else's fault.
I know all about that.
So does that make any sense to you?
Of fucking course it does.
Okay. Some of that got to my my lovely child. I'm not. Now I spoiled the
bejesus
because
out
my
of
daughter lived with me.
Yeah.
Other than 4 years, I've lived with my daughter her entire life. Except for when she moved out for college.
How old was she when she moved back? Like 13, 14?
She was 11 when she went to Montreal.
And 15 when she moved back.
15 when she moved back.
Holy shit.
So that's where we are now. Oh no, I didn't say, did I?
Go ahead.
So here's where we are. I agreed with my kid that we would split something 50-50.
Right. Which is well documented on Kinda Right. So nobody,
And
anyone who
I-
listens knows what we're talking about.
Yeah. And I said, this is what I came to. 30% and we're done. 50% and we fight for it. Meaning she gets to choose. She can give me 30%, we're done. And if she says no, then I go for 50.
Right.
And I think that's a really fair thing to do.
Right.
Especially when you're being called. Here's the thing that bothers me. Now, you've known me for a while.
A good 40 fucking years.
Would you
more.
say I'm somebody that is looking for opportunity to take advantage of other people?
Never. Ever. Ever. Ever.
Okay. Well, my daughter decided that she was going to tell everyone that my father backed me into a corner.
It's got to be particularly painful.
So, it is.
Sucks.
You know something, though? Here's what's
So
weird, Al.
stupid.
Maybe it's me. It weirdly isn't.
It weirdly isn't painful.
Yeah.
Because?
I'm going to go on a leap here. This is going to sound awful.
Go ahead.
I love my daughter.
Yeah.
I don't think I really like her.
Okay, that's fine. I know what you're saying.
And
I'm not talking about her particularly. I know what you're saying.
No, I know.
Yeah.
No, I know. You're not agreeing with me on the particular person.
By the way, I really like her.
There's a lot I like about my kid. Believe me.
Yeah.
And I've never said this to her except once.
Yeah.
When she was like 10,
Mhm.
and it fucking devastated her.
Mm.
But as she's grown older, she has become. I don't think I know anybody that's more selfish. You know what I mean? Let's put it like this. I don't expect anything from anybody.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't want you to do anything for me, but if when you get these opportunities, like, all right, now we're having this little fucking thing going on, right?
Yeah.
And you look back and go, she's never come down here once and like said, hey, Dad and Patty, let me take you out to dinner.
Yeah, right.
Now, I don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah, right.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, right.
But I'm just thinking of it like, I hear other people and like their kids are fucking, they're probably still living with them.
Yeah.
But everything is, that she would come down here, she would see her dog, and then Patty would do her hair, her highlights.
Right.
I don't think she's ever been here just to come here and say,
hi, guys.
yeah. Now, I don't know if that means anything either. I'm not a psychiatrist. But it's just like, you think about things, these types of things, when you're having a disagreement with somebody.
Right. The problem is all kids are spoiled. Doesn't matter how old or how smart they are.
Well, not all.
Or how pretty, all
In
that
our
shit.
day and age, they weren't really spoiled.
I don't know, man.
Now
I
they
feel
have
like I was spoiled. I feel like
now
I
they
was
have a
spoiled. You might
phone.
not have been.
But you don't have a phone. You didn't have well, there were no phones.
Right.
I don't know. It's a different fucking world, I think.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm
Sucks.
not, I'm not going to do the old, I don't think this is everywhere because
Right.
Bill's kids are fucking awesome.
Oh
You know
my
what I mean?
God!
And I'm not saying Bill's kids are better
I'm
than
sorry.
my
Is
kids.
Gabby the oldest?
Yeah.
I mean, if that's those kids must all be awesome because she's the oldest and she's less than fucking
Well,
spoiled.
I mean, her Camden is great. Aiden is Bill's.
By the way, Gabby, please, Gabby, come back. Gabby, please come back
Jillian is.
and bring your siblings with you and your boyfriend and your dad.
Well, Bill's very proud, and
He should be
just-
proud.
they're good. They're good people, and they're like friendly though. It's not like Gabby comes in here and looks like this.
No, my God,
She
she's
doesn't know who you are.
Oh,
She
my
knows
God.
Exactly who she's like. Oh yeah, Al.
yeah. Oh, she's the best.
She's very engaging.
So awesome.
My daughter is very engaging, but she's a snobby bitch.
She's a little snooty, but you know what? That's okay when you look that good. You're allowed to be snooty.
Yeah, but you know what?
She's
You're
gorgeous.
going to end up with someone. If you want to believe your own bullshit, you're going to end up in a bad situation.
I know. Unfortunately.
So I'm hoping to help.
Joe, I hate that. I'm sorry, buddy. I hate that. I wouldn't be able to deal with one of my kids not wanting to talk to me. I'm kind of semi-dealing with it, but you got a whole unique thing going on.
No. But you know something?
Like, I'm pretty sure my son, if I wasn't pursuing it, he'd be like, thank God I don't have to talk to him. You know what I mean? My daughter...
Yeah, but you want to let them do that if that's what they want to do.
I know, but I don't know if that's what's good for him. That's my problem. I don't know if he knows
at that
what's
age.
Good. I don't know if... Well, he's still kind of young, because your daughter's a good 10 years older than my son. Now,
my daughter's 29 years old.
Yeah, way older.
She's a woman.
Way older than my son. My son's a boy. I mean, he's a man because he's got a full-time job. You know what I mean? And he pays for a lot of shit and all that. My daughter, on the other hand, is about to graduate, by the way. I know I've mentioned it before.
This year, right? Next year, 2019.
In May, she's graduating with, and we're talking about 4 years from the time she got in there, 8 semesters and all the in-betweens. She's graduating with a bachelor's in, I think, financing and a master's in business administration in 4 years. How great is that, right?
Well, you can get an MBA from the back of a matchbook cover.
Yeah, but she's doing it at a business school, dude.
Well, no, I know that. It's probably a little bit different.
I mean...
Meaning it's more expensive.
What I'm saying about my daughter
I'm fucking with you.
Is she's not... As much as she was really angry with me when I moved out, she's good now. We're all just trying to maintain old Evan right now. You know what I mean?
Everybody's trying to just maintain their own fucking sanity.
It's weird, man.
I wish there were more outbreaks of rage.
By who?
I don't know.
On
kids
who?
killing their parents. I think it would be
no.
But wouldn't that be a good way to get rid of a lot of these fucking problems? You know, you figure the worst parents would get shot by their own kids.
Joe. But
you know what I mean?
Once in a while, some parent who's not that bad a parent is going to get killed. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what? Like 7 billion people in the world.
You're not looking to fucking get killed by your daughter, are you? I'm not looking to get killed by my kids. As awful a parent as I am, I don't think they really should be killing me.
Even if, like, I'm not gonna sit here and go, you know why? There are people out there that are fucking raped and beaten and stuffed in a room with no fucking air conditioning in Louisiana in the middle of summer and
right.
Fucking, you know, basically tortured. Yeah. And they're teenagers.
Yeah.
And they show up just like everybody else.
Right.
So I'm just not... not going to do any...
You want that?
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to do any, like... what a rough life she had, you know?
Who's she, your daughter?
Yeah.
She didn't have a rough life at all.
Dang.
She had big family, big Italian, French, Canadian family around her up north for a few years. She was babied by you guys before that happened. And then when you got her back home, she had the best of everything. Yeah. So the problem is, who knows what the problem? The problem is she's probably more like, it's fucking weird to say, you guys might be personality-wise very similar.
Oh, that's definitely true.
But at the same time, you're not looking to fucking get what you can from anybody. You know what I mean? So who knows? I have nothing bad to say about Anna, by the way. I'm not here to badmouth your daughter. I'm really not.
No,
I'm not.
I'd punch you in the head.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm not bad-mouthing Anna. You
Here's
and her
what
have some
here's the way I
weird
do
fucking dynamic, which...
Here's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I ain't going down, and I'm not letting this stand because it's really wrong, and I believe that
You
if
ain't going out like that.
If I just like, oh yeah, let this one slide. She's gonna do this to somebody where they go, we had a deal, and this is what we were gonna do, and you're gonna give me this amount of money, or I'm gonna bash your fucking head in, or sue you until your ass bleeds or
Right.
something. So I mean, my thing is basically, give me this. And it'll hurt to give it to me.
Yeah.
Even though you're going to give me half.
Yeah.
Or we can fight over the half.
Ugh, it's awful.
So she's thinking about it.
And at the end of the day, she's going to do better than any of us did.
Well, I don't know about that because I don't know. These people don't turn out well because they don't live in, everybody's their enemy.
They don't live in the real world, man.
Yeah, they're fucking out there.
Yeah.
They're thinking that people are after them, and not that people. I mean, they're thinking that here's the deal with me.
Yeah.
I can take you and grind you up into a blender,
Right.
and then make it your fault.
Yeah.
Not only is it your fault you get grinded in the blender,
Right.
but I should be compensated somehow.
Yeah, right.
So that's the deal.
All right, listen.
I think it's kind of right.
We've done 2 shows in a row well over 2.5 hours. That's weird for us. But it turns out
Because
that...
Al's doing his laundry at my house, and that's how long it takes.
Nah, I didn't do any laundry. I got to pull out last week's dry laundry. But here's the thing. The thing is it turns out that Joe and I both like to gab.
Yeah.
And not just gab, but gab to each other. Because we are each other's sounders offers.
Like cunts.
Yeah, we're like a bunch of cunts over here. We are a bunch of cunts, right? You and
Absolutely.
I. Joe and Al are a bunch
I'm
of cunts.
Definitely a cunt.
That's the name of this fucking segment. Joe and Al are a bunch of cunts. So it turns out that Joe is going on vacation Saturday, Friday?
Saturday.
I can't.
I fly out of here
I wish
Saturday.
I could say I'm not jealous, but I am. You cunt.
Well, it's not that cold out.
It's just...
I just need to
it's-
I need a change of
it's
scenery.
pretty
for 8
fucking
or 9
cold
days
out.
here.
So listen.
But there's clips.
So I got to
There'll
tell
be
you.
clips.
So you're going away.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think. Oh, 2 weeks from Tuesday. Yeah, 2 weeks from Tuesday is Christmas. So we'll get another show. We'll get 2 shows in before Christmas.
Yeah.
But
I'm
listen.
back to 17th. That's a Monday.
Yeah, so we're on the 18th and
is
the
a
20th.
Tuesday.
Yeah, so listen.
Then
Look-
there's Thursday. That's the
Look at me.
19th, 20th.
Are you going to Munson for Christmas?
No. We're around here. The day we're going to Munson is the 29th. What
So
day
listen,
is that?
because
That could be a Thursday.
the 29th is like it's the fucking weekend after Christmas.
No, I
Like a
know.
Friday or a Saturday.
But Christmas is the 25th.
That's a Tuesday.
So I'm getting back Monday the 17th, 18th, and 8 and 7 is what?
The 25th.
Yeah,
So listen, Christmas is
on a Tuesday, the 25th after.
That's
so I
Christmas.
get back Monday.
Yeah. We're going to do 2
8
shows.
days away from Christmas.
But Christmas is a Tuesday. But listen. And
Right.
I'm not even fucking around. Listen. And listen carefully. It turns out that the big Capozzi family Christmas, yeah, I said it. That's my name. is that Sunday, the day before, and then
I'll be around.
Christmas Day.
Right.
I told Kat I don't want to leave the house. It looks like nothing is going on Christmas Day because Christmas Eve, 2 days before Christmas, we're doing the Kaposies. The day before Christmas, we're doing the Cat Kaposies, whatever the fuck, the guys, whatever the fuck, the Benoits, whatever the fucking name is. Christmas Day, you, me, Patty, and Kat, the four of us. That's
Chinese
it.
food.
Chinese food, 4 microphones.
Oh, she won't get on the mic, but
She will.
we'll work something out.
Christmas Day,
Get her baked.
the 4 of us. I think we should do it.
Well, let's
Even
see.
for an hour. Just an hour. Just an hour. Doesn't have to be crazy. What do you think?
I think it's a definite possibility.
And by the
but
way,
we'll have.
New Year's Day is a week later. We're definitely doing a New Year's Day fucking podcast.
I have to say, Patty. I don't know. I don't think she'd be excited about that.
I'll tell you right
Christmas
now.
Day, you know,
she's gonna
she
have
likes
to
to
be.
hang around.
Me too. I like to not do nothing. And by the way, maybe I won't leave the house. I'm just talking big.
Don't get ahead of yourself. All right. Good night, everybody.
My name is Al. His name is Joe. The name of this podcast is Kinda Right. Listen, we ripped open our fucking hides and showed you our souls this evening. We hope you appreciated it. Joe, I love you. I love you, baby. And that's it. Good night, Waterbury.